Hello. Hey, we got Psy and Angry Raid. You don't usually stream today. That is correct. However, as per my post in the Discord, there is a Warhammer reveal show today in an hour's time. So, I figured I'd come and hang out with you guys. We can watch some Warhammer, watch some reveals, see what they've got. Mic fixed. Mic check. 1, 2. It's because I moved the mic. Didn't think about that. We all good now? Are we good? Are we good? Can you hear me now? Yo, yo, check it out now. The one and only OMP. Good stuff, Sai. How you doing? Angry, how are you doing? Yeah, as I was trying to say, because there is a Warhammer reveal show today, I am streaming, and I'm going to stream their stream and react to their stream, and we can all have a chat about what's upcoming. We can have a bit of fun. Something is wrong with Angry's YouTube. Oh dear, what is it? Is it my stream or is it your YouTube? What's going on? Restarted it and it fixed the issues. Good stuff, man. Glad that you are back. Welcome back. Yeah, so we are streaming because there is a big Warhammer reveal today. So I thought, do you know what? Bonus stream, why not? You guys deserve it. So here we are. But you guys jumped in just as I'd clicked go. In fact, I clicked go, had to stop and restart. And you guys are still here, so thank you for that. Let me let the Discord know that I am live. Then I'll turn the cameras on. And we'll have some fun, shall we? No worries, we should have prepared a bingo card for today. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. If only you could spell the word. Angry, what do you think? Come on, let's start developing in chat our bingo words and we'll see what we get. I'll take a note. In fact, I won't. I'll take a mental note at the very least. I keep trying to not knock the mic because... Oh!
You ready? Yeah.
Right, let's hope you can still hear me. Astartes 2 release date. Who knows? Is that your guess? Let's, I mean, we may as well turn this camera on, right? Go. Let's move this camera a little bit. It's a little bit wonky. There we go. Hey, we've got Hexen here as well. Hey Hexen, how's it going? No, can't hear you. You silly sausage. How's it going, Hexen? Do you have much planned for the weekend? What are you hoping to see in today's reveal stream, Hexen? Anything in particular? No, it was a joke. Sai can't hear me. What's going on, Sai? What reveal? Today is the Warhammer reveal show, which is why I'm streaming on a Friday when I don't usually. I hope they don't release another Titus. I'm hoping we get Titus on a bike. Jump pack Titus, here we go. Yeah, the Warhammer stream starts in 45 minutes, so we can just chill out, have some fun here. I might even make some corn berserkers while I wait. Drink a little bit of drink. Crack one open with the boys. Haha, stop, you're gonna jinx it. Oh yes, that's the good stuff. You found a bingo card maker. Nice, Angry. Put one together and chuck it in the Discord. That'll be good to see. I'm amazed you found a bingo card maker when you don't know how to spell bingo. Hey, John's here as well. John, how you doing? Thank you for commenting on my YouTube short earlier. Appreciate that. I appreciate everyone that gets involved in all the different ways that you can. It's my keyboard not liking me typing. Okay. It's your keyboard that doesn't know how to spell bingo. Okay. Ba-da-da-da-doo-doo-da-da. Words aren't my first language either. I speak only in shapes and colours. So John, how goes the Crutox? Are you enjoying it? Is it nice and stabby, slashy, slashy now? Every time I move the cable for my mic, I worry that it's going to cut out again. Hey, maybe I'll play some guitar on the stream while we wait. Who knows? Anything could happen in the next half hour. Crew talks are fun. Good stuff. Have you got much planned for the weekend, John? Ooh, he's painting and waiting. I've just seen it in the Discord. Nice. Nice little paint station you've got there, dude. Very nice. I aspire to have something like that soon. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see that you've got the slasher on top. Good stuff. Nice. I shouldn't have glued on the rider before painting. However you want to do it, man. However you want to do it. I always assemble everything and then paint it. But yeah, if you want to be more detailed and more accurate with your painting, then you can paint stuff separately. Some people paint the sprue and then assemble. Crazy guys. Don't know how you do that. So, John, did you say that the Crutox were your first figures? And you already have a setup like that for painting? That's pretty impressive. Or did you used to paint other stuff? Ah, you used to mod and paint Nerf guns. Nice. And that's come in handy for your Warhammer collection. I like it. For me, purple is pink and pink is purple. Good stuff, Si. And yellow is imperial. Maybe I'll put some berserkers together whilst we wait. Wonder if that'll work. Hey, Heavy's here, back in the Twitch chat. It's Heavy ODST. How's it going? How's your week been? You looking forward to the weekend? Hey, we got Stream Hub World in the Twitch chat as well. Never seen you here before. How are you getting on, Stream Hub? Correct. Yellow is Imperial and Iron Hands are Death. Hey, we got Skull Candy here as well. Good to have the OG in the chat. How's it going, sir? How's Florida this time of year? Yeah, I'm alright, thank you, Heavy. What have you been up to? Out and out? Hey, Skull Candy, it's the day after the day after the day after Tuesday. It's actually chilly today. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not very Florida. Right. Let's make some more Corn Berserkers whilst we wait for the Games Workshop preview stream, reveal stream, whatever you want to call it. Three days after Tuesday, innit? 16C. I mean, you're still 14C higher than it is here, but yeah, cheery for the Floridians. Skull Candy, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? And who do you think is a good outside shout? You don't follow football? You look like a dude that would play it. Never mind, follow it. Big hench boy. Baseball and F1. Okay then, who's going to win the F1? Your shadow should be magenta, purple, pink. Highlights white, and then you just spray everything with yellow ink. Okay. Hexen's always got the good tips for the painting. Good guy to ask if you got any painting related questions in the Discord. Angry Raid, I need 20 more predictions to fill out the bingo sheet. Okay, bloody hell, that's a big bingo sheet. Anybody got any predictions for the Warhammer reveal stream? What do you think they're going to say or do or reveal? Heavy painting his gargoyles. You got any predictions, sir? Max or Oscar? Hopefully Max. Get out. In the bin. Max, Max, Max. Super trash, trash, super, super trash. Haters gonna hate. True story, man. Silver to $150. What's that mean, John? What do you mean? Oh, that's a price prediction. Yeah. I don't know the silver price, and certainly not in dollars. What about the Games Workshop share price, John, if you're interested in markets? The banks have backed it to get to what, about 20-30% higher than it is now. It's dropped a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Be a good way to start collecting Warhammer. If like every £10 you spend on Warhammer, you invest £1 in Games Workshop. Trying to find the 31 and 32. Where are we? Where are you? Let's be having you. Oh, I've already done that one. That's why I can't find it. 40 and 39. We'll do that instead then, right? There's 40. Should I put this? Oh, dearie me. I'm not used to having the camera so low, and now I've bashed it. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. All is well. I wasn't planning on streaming the desk today, but I got home early and thought, I'll just go on the stream, see what happens. If I bash the mic and it breaks, please let me know. But I think we're good for now. I think we are good for now. I'll be giving Games Workshop a lot of dollar this year. Good. Does that mean you're enjoying it, John? You're enjoying the plastic crack? Right, where is the body I was trying to do? 39 and 40, here we go. Do 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 do, ba da 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 da. Get the legs whilst we're here as well. 37 and 38. Let the chaos be your guide. Good lyric. Very relevant. Do 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 do. Nice. Hexen figuring out the Dark Orc skin in the Discord. And the models and miniature chat. Looking very nice. Where's that model from? Don't recognise it. It looks good though. Do 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 do. Oh, it's from Warhammer Underworlds. Dagok Lads. I've not really checked out any of the Underworld stuff. So much hobby, so little time. I think Blood Bowl's next on my list. I quite like the idea of the Khorne Blood Bowl team. Hey, Bouncing's here. Bouncy, bouncy. Gonna have a good time. How's it going, Bouncing Swords? Are you good? You happy to have the weekend ahead of you and the week behind you? Do 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 biddy boo biddy boo biddy. You forgot to do the stickers. Haha, shame on you. Now you owe me $100. Not quite how it works, Si, but yeah, I decided against doing the stickers today. Because it's a bonus stream, we've got bonus rules today. We can do whatever we want. Painted a lot of Underworld bands. It's our most played game in the family. Nice. That's good. What? How does it play? Like, how does it play differently to the other versions of Warhammer? Week off work starts now. Whoop, whoop. There's a party over here. Whoop, whoop. There's a party over here. Bouncing. I am jealous. What's the plan for the week? Go into something like that, right? Maybe do this one first. Sometimes I just look at these pieces and have no idea how they go together. Even with the instructions in front of me. Oh, did Skull Candy get someone with the banhammer? I didn't even see. Good work, sir. Nicely done. Good to have you here. I have to do that myself usually. Bouncing's going to get on the Gorkanaut that Bouncing won in our Christmas competition in December. Looking forward to seeing the progress on that. It's a lovely model. When I finish painting my gargoyles, I'm going to be building a Gene Stealer Cult Achilles Ridge Runner. But with a twist. Nice, Heavy. What's the plan for the twist? Ah, finally figured it out. Yeah, Warhammer's so tricky sometimes. I'll tell you what it is. Oh, broken, that's what it is now. Let me let it dry and then I'll show you my problem. Posted more Underworld. Nice one, Hexen. I'll have a look shortly. Oh, Sai's got his another offer for me. This is going to be an offer where only he wins again, isn't it? I managed to get a few. Need 8 more preview predictions. Come on then, guys. What else do you think is going to happen today in the Warhammer preview? Have you got technical difficulties on there? How about commentators completely ignore the audience and speak all over them and don't give them time to react? That really bugged me in the last one. Hey up!
Thank you for following my stream, my friend.
Jizzbit, it's Jizzbit. Oh yeah! Oh baby, work. Thank you for the follow. Even if your name is a little bit sus. Thank you very much for being here. Heavy ODST. I'm going to make it look more Tyrannid. Okay. Bit of a crossover. Genestealer Tyrannid crossover. Should be good. Look forward to seeing that. Sometimes I wish GW would make a builder app like Lego have. Well, maybe that'll be announced today. Who knows? I'm a really, really big Star Wars fan. When you hit 400 subscribers or whenever, buy a Star Wars mini and paint it. I'll have a think about something along those lines, Si, for you. I'll have a think, see what we can do to cross the streams. But ideas like that are always appreciated, guys. It won't be at 400 for sure, but at some point I'll have a think, Si. Thank you for the suggestion. There's only B41 and B42. There's 42. Ba 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 da ba. Oh ho ho. Yeah, I used to love Star Wars when I was a kid. I had a Star Wars sticker book, which ties in nicely with the Warhammer one that I do on the stream. Oh, I've done it again. How many times am I going to bash this this mic stand today? Stupid Olmouth. No, the camera's dipped down as well now. Try and solve that. Watch the whole Star Wars timeline. Well, I've seen all of the films. I watched the last 3 at the cinema at midnight the day they were released. What's your favourite bit about it then, Si? Favourite character, least favourite character? Anybody else? Any Star Wars fans in? Nanu, beam me up Scotty and all that lot? You're a wizard, Harry? B44 and B43. Here we go. Well, that was a bit of a harsh chop that I did there. He's battle damaged already. Bouncing swords. So I wasn't planning on building anything. I was just going to stream the reveal stream, which I will do later on. But whilst we were waiting, I thought I'll just stick together some corn berserkers. Why not? Are you making anything today, Bouncing, or are you just here to hang out and have a good time? Appreciate you being here either way. Is the reveal stream just showcasing new minis? It could potentially showcase anything, John. It's Games Workshop, so it could be minis, like TV shows, books, all sorts of stuff. Why? What are you hoping for, John? I might pop upstairs and try and make the last Morbeg night for my Flesh Eater courts. Hoping for some half decent weather so I can prime. Yeah, I looked at the weather forecast here and it's just terrible. All single digit degrees for the next 10 days and quite a lot of rain. Right, let's find a head and a backpack. Here we go. There's a head. Here's a backpack. Backpack with a skull on it, why not? I have no idea what to hope for. Maybe more Maggotkin. I mean, we've just had such a huge Maggotkin reveal and release. There's a huge amount of Maggotkin on the market now. More than there's ever been. Mr. Olmurth, I just got the notification of the live starting. Hey, we're here. We've officially started. But yeah, do you think you'll be buying some Maggot King? Do you think you'll be getting like actual Maggot King for 40 for AOS, or some Death Guard for 40k, or a bit of both? Because there are models that you can play in both, which is good. Right, so there is a complete Khorne Berserker. Oh no, he's got no shoulder pads on. You silly sausage. Get a couple of shoulder pads on the go. Try and trim them up without firing them across the room. But yeah, the Death Guard and Maggot King models are so cool. So varied and different, which I like. Right, let's put some shoulder pads on. There's one. Nice. Good stuff. Let's chuck him on a base, shall we? Anyone fancy a game of Guess the Base? Hey, Chaplain! How you doing, Chaplain? Good to have you here. What are you building? I'm building some Khorne Berserkers today. Just something to put together before the Games Workshop reveal that is happening in 12 minutes' time. 8-bound? No, I have built 8-bound on the stream before. But these are just your normal Khorne Berserkers. How about you, Chaplain? Are you working on anything at the minute? Don't think we've seen you around here before, Chaplain. So good to meet you. What are you working on yourself? Oh. He's gone for a Burton. Right, you stay there. Bring back monopose Khorne Berserkers. Currently some fiends for my Emperor's Children. Good stuff, man. I've got a Mauler fiend to paint for my EC army at some point soon on the stream. So, are you an EC kind of guy? Are you a Chaos kind of guy? Have you got multiple armies in multiple stages of being made and painted? What does Warhammer look like for you, Chaplain? Hey, Loz is here. Loz, good evening. How you doing? Angry Raid. So, guys, Angry Raid has posted a bingo card of things to look out for in the Games Workshop reveal stream. That is in the Discord. Anyone that's not in the Discord, !Discord in the chat and you'll get a link. Be good to see you there. It's a nice little community of Warhammer fans. Which seems heretical given my name, but such is life. So you're a heretic, a Chaplain heretic. I didn't know that was a thing. It's like a troll paladin. I'm orcs first and foremost. Whoa! Good stuff, man. We like orcs around here. Got some Space Marines and some Chaos. Nice. Which faction are your Space Marines? Or which company or whatever you want to call it. Haha, whoa, that's the one. Yay, Orcs, yeah, Bouncing's a big Orcs guy. Bouncing came second in our Christmas competition on the stream, so Bouncing is making a Gorkanaut that has been sent to him from the stream, which is good stuff. That's another reason why the Discord's a nice place to be. You can win some free Warhammer, and who doesn't like that? Haha, nice. High bouncing. And for those that aren't interested in the Discord, at least don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because then you can see me every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And this week, as a one-off, because of the reveal show, we're also doing a Friday. What a time to be alive, right? Let's look at this bingo card then. So, here's a list of things to look out for that Angry Raiders posted in the Discord. Bingo, asks Chaplin. Yes. Type !Discord into the chat and you'll get a link. You can come and have a look. We've got New Age of Sigmar faction. A terrible joke. Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Commentators talking over the audience's reaction. Jump Pack Titus. There is no way we could possibly see another Titus. Surely not. Necromunda Refresh. Something Space Marines not listed in other spaces. Iron Warriors. Releasing old stuff as new stuff. Haha, yeah, nice. Reboot Gilliman. Do you think we're going to get a Reboot Gilliman refresh? That could be interesting. Welcome to the Discord. I'm guessing that Shifty is Chaplin, right? Hey, Sindri! Good to have you here. How you doing, Sindri? What else is on this bingo card? Something limited edition. Bolt Gun 2. Could be good. Astartes 2. 500 worlds. That's almost a given, 500 worlds, right? Red Corsairs. I think that one's a given as well. Dawn of War 4. I think they've already... Well, yeah, I guess they'll probably talk about it, right? Raven Wing, Orc refresh. Yes, please. Let's see some Orcs. That'd be awesome. If we see Orcs, I want to see spam chat full of war. Even send me your wars as an MP3 in the Discord, and I can put it on the sound bar. Like we did with Lazy Mini Painting, who sent me this clip of him doing a war. That's Lazy Mini Painting there. If anyone else wants theirs on the board, just let me know. Let me know in the Discord. Send me an MP3. Anyway, I'm putting these Khorne Berserkers away now because it's almost time for what hopefully isn't as disappointing as last year's reveal stream. It's time to duel. No, sorry. Different one. At this rate, Titus is rivaling Barbie. Barbies are more expensive than single minis. Really? I couldn't even guess how much a Barbie is. But if they cost more than Titus, that's ridiculous. Sai's not feeling too well. I hope you feel better soon. Sai is down with a sickness. Oh, ah! Nailed it. Right, should we switch over to the... let's go and check if it's on. Where are we? Warhammer. Ooh, cheeky cheeky. Right, let's swap over our scene. What's it called? Reveal watch. Right, hopefully you guys can see that. Is that good for people? Can you see? Yeah, and when the once it starts, I'll switch the audio as well. So when this song stops, I'll switch over the audio.
We got a new subscriber, baby!
Chaplin! It's Chaplin! It's Chaplin! Say it again! It's Chaplin! Say it again! CHAPLIN! Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you for the subscribe. Very good, very nice. Subscribed and joined the Discord. Double whammy. Thank you very much. It's weird because I'm weirdly excited, which has been amplified by the Red Bull and will soon be shat all over by Games Workshop. But until then, let's enjoy. Thinking I'll like it here. Good stuff, Chaplin. Yeah, I think, I mean, ask around, see what people think, but I enjoyed doing it, and that's a good start, right? It's fun, you know. We open packs of cards, packs of stickers, we make stuff, we paint stuff, we have a bit of a laugh. We consistently stream on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And when we're not streaming, we're in the Discord. And you can look in the models and miniatures section of the Discord, there's loads of stuff in there. What else? What was on the bottom row of this bingo card? Henry Cavill appears. Could be a good one. Demon model reworks. Okay. Custodies refresh. I think, yeah, making some plastic custodies would be good. Dreadnought and tank would be specifically good. Technical difficulties. If it's anything like the last one, that's true. And a new campaign book. Okay. He might show. I think he just might. I think he just might. It's been a while. Right, that's the end of that song. Which means now it's my turn for technical difficulties. Let's see if I can turn on the audio from this. What are we saying? Too loud? Too quiet? Good? It's probably a bit loud. Looking at the levels. Ooh, Chaplin's betting a fiver. A fiver? That sounds awfully British, Chaplin. Hang on. Touch loud, it's a touch loud. Right, a fiver. So, Chaplin, whereabouts in the UK are you from? Top, bottom, left, middle, or right?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very exciting new year.
Look who it is.
I'm Adam Troke. I'm joined by my friend and colleague Eddie Eccles, and we are delighted to welcome you all.
Do you want full screen, or are you happy with it like this?
Reveals for you on the way.
What do you reckon?
Preview, we have some Warhammer 40,000, some Warhammer Age of Sigmar, a little of Horus Heresy, some new animation to have a look at, and some Blood Bowl. So it is a packed preview with a little bit of something from every corner of Warhammer.
Fantastic. We're joined by loads of you already in the chat on both YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us. We're going to wait a while before we jump into the first preview so that people can continue to flood in. And it's always nice to do a little bit of welcoming and greeting everybody. It's nice to know where you're all from. So if you wouldn't mind just punching into the chat, if you're in Twitch, we'll be following along. We've got some people monitoring the questions and making
I'm from
sure
England.
that, Eddie and I get fed the right information. So
That's where I'm from, sir.
While you do that,
Not
maybe
far
we
away
can
from
talk
where
about
you're
what
currently
we've been
doing
hobby-wise.
this,
Did
probably.
you do some hobby, Adam?
I have been doing some hobby. Here is my latest offerings. I've been doing an Angels of Death kill team for kill team, and I've Dark Angels them up. You can see there because they come in blue plastic, and I've been adding bits from my pretty extensive Dark Angels bits box.
They look lovely.
Yeah, they're all right. They're a bit more advanced. They're all undercoated, and a couple of them are base coated.
Oh, show off.
Well, yeah, I've not played as much kill team as I'd like, and this is my endeavour to get properly into it in the next few
We'll have
weeks.
to have a game when you've got them all ready.
Yeah, I imagine you'll beat me up, but that'll be fine.
Missed a bit.
It'll be fun.
That's the main thing, right? What about you, Eddie?
Well, I've been painting an even better chapter, the Space Wolves.
Ooh.
Why to give you that?
Well,
Space
And
Wolves.
I've just been painting dreadnoughts, mostly. They're just big dreadnoughts, little dreadnoughts, all the dreadnoughts I could find.
Are these for anything?
They are for a team event for Warhammer 40,000, and my contribution to the team is just loads and loads of dreadnoughts.
And why? This is Bran Redmore's great
They are
company,
Bran
right?
Redmoors, yeah. So I picked the angriest Space Wolves I could find for my great company.
Oh, perfect. It'd be nice to just get a sense of where you're all
Curly
tuning in from.
whirly.
We're seeing we've got people tuning in from Spain and France, a bunch from the US, so welcome. Loads of people from the UK, and even here in Nottingham. And a couple, it seems, as far-flung as the upside-down lands of Australia. So well done for Iron Manning it and staying up all night.
Yeah.
That's good. Really lovely to have
Probably
you all
just
here.
got up
If you
early,
are
didn't they,
tuning
pal?
in from far-flung places and you want to join in the conversation online, we've got our international social media teams. You'll see them here for Facebook and Instagram. Why not drop onto those handles and join in the conversation?
Was
your own language, if you like.
_France already taken?
Perfect. One of the things that we'll be doing, I mentioned previously, is we'll be keeping an eye on Twitch stream. If you want to ask a question, type the word question in block caps and then write your question afterwards, and we'll try and filter through and cover some questions about the things that we're showing to make sure that you get the answers that you need.
Yeah, we'll try and tell you all the important stuff, but there might be some things that you really, really, really want to know, and if anything like that, pop them in the questions.
Yeah, I would suggest keeping it about the releases.
Oh yeah, not just generally,
don't ask,
not just
mad
like
stuff,
how big is a blue whale, that sort of stuff.
Exactly, and there's only so
Specifically
much.
about Warhammer.
Yeah, there's only so much time in the world, right? We reckon we'll be here probably for the next hour and a quarter or
Something
so.
like
It
that,
just
yeah.
depends how fast we talk. And how much stuff there is to show. And there is.
Well,
a
they
lot.
don't even have an audience
We've
this
already
time,
got people
so
on the show. We've done the introductions.
no
We've
audience
had our
reaction to
questions.
talk over.
It might be time
think it might
to
be
go
time to
to
start.
our first
You can tick
reveal.
them off for
Let's
talking
go
over my
to
reaction.
Grim Darkness.
How big is a blue whale? Oh, Red Corsairs. Ooh. That's pretty cool, right?
What a way to kick off the preview show with incredible releases, all themed around the Maelstrom. Eddie, how do we even start with this?
This is a fairly sizable release for Warhammer 40,000, and two armies are getting a lot of new plastic miniatures. Chaos Space Marines and the forces of the Eldari. If we start on the diabolically heretical side of things, this is Huron Blackheart and the Masters of the Maelstrom.
That looks
We knew,
like
of
a
course,
Chaos
Huron
Chaplain
Blackheart
on the
was on
left.
way. We suspected there might have been some.
And we've got Chaplain, the Chaos Collector,
with him, but we can now reveal
in
that
the
he is
chat.
on his way as part of a character box set, not unlike the Titus box set we saw released over recent weeks. And it is a phenomenal set of miniatures starring, of course, Huron Blackheart. We've seen this guy before a little bit, but just a reminder for those of you who might not have seen him already.
It's always nice to look at the Tyrant of Adab, the Master of the Red Corsairs. There he is with his little demonic helper, the Hammer Dryer, and he's showing what happens when you go on the wrong side.
It's me!
Signed courtesy of Captain Andocles of the Star Phantoms chapter. Yeah, he doesn't come alone, as you mentioned. There is a swathe of interesting characters in his retinue. Why don't we take a look at some of those? First up would be Geryon the Corpse Master. He's the Lord Apothecary of the Red Corsairs. He was the apothecary.
Red Corsairs box
Battle
checked
Clause,
off,
the
yeah,
chapter
for
that
sure.
was. And he was part
I
of
didn't see
Huron's
New Eldari
machinations
come in.
to sort of,
That's a surprise.
play about with their gene seed and evade the gene seed tide,
That's
which
naughty.
is the whole problem that kicked off the Fourth Quadrant Rebellion in the first place.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, well, exactly so.
So some fun stuff about how he plays in games. Obviously, he is
Not
kind of
massively
really
different
got the
looking
best
to
interest
Fabius
at heart
Bile,
of,
though,
the
right?
Red Corsairs that he battles
Nope.
alongside. You can see a Red Corsair on the base there, probably.
Clutching the apron awkwardly.
Yeah, he's not going to get the medical attention that he's particularly looking for. He has a special rule, basically, where if a Red Corsair unit near him is at half strength, he can have a command point because he's harvesting the gene seed, and that's what he's looking for. He can also bring models back into the unit that he is in. So Huron and his
More
retinue are
resurrection.
more durable.
Not the battlefield
What?
medic that the Red Corsairs might want, but definitely the one they deserve. Next up in line is Qatar Garrix, who is the headsman of the Red Corsairs. This is
That's a pretty
Huron
cool
Blackheart's
looking model,
personal
right?
Executioner, and he comes appropriately enough from the Executioner's chapter, one of those chapters swept up in the Fourth Quadrant Rebellion and part of the Badab War. He signed on permanently with Huron Blackheart after the events of that, and now serves as kind of like a warning to any Red Corsairs that might want to step out of line. His presence on the bridge of a vessel will quell even the smallest rumour of insurrection.
Yeah, I think if you turn up with the heads of the previous 7 people who had insurrections, that certainly sends a message, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
In game terms, no massive surprises. That he is very good at
His name will be Gary.
He has precision and anti-character on his weapons, which is pretty good.
Nice. And he
Good
he
old
looks
Gary.
incredible, really grim and foreboding character, and enough heads to send the message to anybody who wants to hear it. Next up in this retinue, and if you had
Hey, look, it's
Mantis Warriors
Chaplin.
2026 on your bingo card, congratulations. This is Garlon Soul Eater, who was once a Mantis Warriors librarian. He has signed up.
I told
with the Red
you.
Corsairs, and he is known
Chaos
as the Time
Librarian.
Sage, a formidable
Otherwise known as a Chaos
psyker,
Chaplain.
now a Chaos Sorcerer, and he uses his powers to sort of
That means
corrupt the minds of
that,
those around him, their stories of him
Chaplin's new name is
turning
Garlon.
crews of, gun decks against their allies and firing salvos at supposedly friendly ships. And he's kind of like Huron's spy master and manipulates all of the sort of schemes around.
There's a lot of schemes
Huron.
if you're a pirate to keep track of.
Well, I
aren't there?
imagine
This
so,
helps
right?
you out.
He's also got a really cool helmet. And the rumour is he hasn't
Also
taken off
known
for
as
another decade,
Betty.
And maybe he's hideously mutated.
Galos.
He could be. He's got some really tasty rules in Warhammer 40,000 as well. He has a precision psychic
Garlic
attack
bread,
that
the
is
soul
D6
eater.
plus 1
Yum,
damage,
yum.
Which means you can basically pick out enemy characters in units and just take them out. Basically, mind wrench them out of reality.
Fantastic. Yeah, another great Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine, I suppose, within Huron's retinue. The next model is Immortal and is the captain of the Reign of Spite. This is Captain Sargota. She was once a Imperial Navy commander from the Solar Segmentum fleets. Incredibly well placed within the noble houses. Long
I don't like
lineage
mortals.
behind her. She was politically outmaneuvered once she was injured, and while she was convalescing, sort of her position and station.
A
was taken
peg-legged pirate in the
revenge,
41st
she
millennium.
essentially, orchestrated the
Who
handover
could have
of the
known?
naval dockyard and its ships and crews to a pirate fleet. I
Or
wonder whose.
very piratey.
Exactly.
Looks
And
like
now she serves, on
an
one of
admiral
the
out of
biggest battle cruisers in
World
Huron's
of
fleet,
Warcraft.
where she oversees a lot of his operations. She also joins the battlefield sometimes, which is why she's on this command airs here.
Yeah, I think this is my favourite model from this box set.
It's really good.
It's really, really fun. It's like a nice, characterful diorama piece. The thing that she's floating around on actually is something that she uses
I
during
thought she was
boarding,
dead.
Of enemy ships.
Well,
so it's effectively like a
let's
mobile
hope we get
command
some
base
other
that you can plug
dead
it
guys
into,
returning.
the
That'll be
command
good.
stations of enemy ships once they've been boarded to take it over.
Yeah.
So she's all in pirate.
You can imagine all the
Nothing
mechadendrites
stays
and
dead
those
forever,
flying
right?
into all the ports in a plundered ship, and then suddenly all of those data slates behind her come alive with all the information you need.
I
to
keep
essentially
seeing a
speed
fist on
an
these
entire battle.
miniatures and
I
it's
like the
making me
little
twitch
birds
because I
on
want to
the
see
shoulders.
Imperial
I imagine one of those
Fist.
was a parrot.
There you go. Yep.
I don't know if we'll see any
Fantastic
Space
model,
Marines. What do you
really
guys
classic
think?
edition. The next one may be even stranger, and a lot of people have been trying to guess what this means. They've looked
I
at
don't
the
think
silhouette.
anyone guessed right.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
did, well done.
This is a Tyrellian dog soldier known as the Enforcer. She is essentially the warrior that Huron sends out to hunt down those who would dissent against him, and maybe there's people naysaying his leadership or reneging on deals. And so the Enforcer hunts them down relentlessly. She'll go as far as it takes to do so, and she takes with her plunder.
What pirate
this
activities always seem to cut their leg off?
canid-looking creature. That is, if you're
Maybe
wondering, an
they had a
adolescent
cannonball
Barney's- if the
tied to their
Barney's
leg and they got
ability
chucked
to
in the
use
sea
Warhammer 40,000
and they
is a
cut off their own leg
Barney's
to
Barney's,
escape.
which has appeared a couple of times in our lore. This is what they look like before they are big enough to be called hyperviolent.
I love
When
dogs.
she first met it, it bit her arm off.
I
which is
love
why
lamb.
She's got that unusual bionic sort of fist thing that you can see there. Now it's
That's interesting. The
essentially
dog
as
bit her arm.
particular. But she has
Why
to
are
keep
they
an eye
all
on it because
female?
They're prone to spates of really rapid growth, and eventually it will become too big to manage. And rumours of Barghisi like devastating entire
Had to
space
chew it
force,
off. Yeah, you
run
don't want to
right.
be doing that.
So she will eventually have to take it to the
Lady Lizard. There we go.
Would she go?
For the space farm.
Oh yeah, we're a happy ending for everybody in the grim darkness of the far future.
I think what this miniature does, in terms of like telling you about the story of Huron and
Looks very like
male
Towie
is
Kroot,
indicating
doesn't it,
not
that?
only have you got like Renegade Chaos Space
I'm going to
Marines,
call her
humans,
Towie
you also
Kroot,
have
the Lady
alien
Lizard.
pirates and bounty hunters and all the kind of ne'er-do-wells and piratical forces from the whole region gravitating towards.
Seems
the
like
Chaos Space. It's not
every
just
pirate
about
drops a cannonball
Chaos
on their
Space Marines.
foot.
He is the master of this enormous pirate
Yeah.
empire within the Maelstrom.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Work-
the
workplace
forces at his disposal
hazard,
are
right?
vast, and if you want to resist the sort of oppressive regime, as they would call it, of the Imperium or other places, then the Maelstrom might be the place for you. And I'm sure he's a very kind-hearted.
The Maelstrom.
Speaking of Huron Blackheart, he does not come alone. The Masters of the Maelstrom are joined by this box set. Everything you
Ooh, look
see
at
here
this.
comes in a big box called the Lords of the Maelstrom, and is essentially the heart of a Red Corsairs army. It's got loads of great models in it, including some brand new ones. Let's take you through what you can see in here.
Yeah, so some of these miniatures, all of these miniatures will eventually be available separately. Some of these are old miniatures with upgrade kits, some of them are brand new miniatures. These are Raiders, they are a brand new miniature set. These are effectively the elite of the Red Corsairs. They sit somewhere between Legionaries and Chosen in terms of power and hierarchy.
Yep.
And they are
For the greater bad.
veterans of the Bad of
That's
War
it.
and the various different
Lazy
conflicts
lizard.
within the Maelstrom.
For the greater
As
bad.
far as in-game, they are a really useful little unit. They have infiltrate.
Look pretty cool, though,
they have
these
3 wings
guys.
each. They have a really respectable combat stat line, and they've also got.
That's
melter
nice,
guns
the
and
way they've
pallets
done
and
that
stuff you can put into the unit. So
smoke
really
grenade
useful
type
all
thing
round.
on the
Yeah,
right.
and they're
I
not
like
just,
that.
Great in terms of game rules, but also the models are fantastic.
That is
Like,
nice.
This is the personification of what it means to be a renegade Chaos Space Marine. You're existing outside of the structures of the these mighty Space Marine legions. So a lot of their war gear looks scavenged, and their plate armor and so on is sort of cobbled together. They've got lots of trappings on them from various battles and enemies that they fought. It's really quite exciting to see these.
Lots of them have got like pelts of wild animals or
Yeah,
horse
absolutely.
hair, as I like to call it.
Oh, very good, very good. There's more within this box set. Next up, you can see the Chaos Terminator squad. These are the Chaos Terminators that you already know and love if you're a Chaos Space Marine player. The difference here being they have new sculpted detail shoulder pads, which are included within this box set. So essentially, you can just tailor them to look like Red Corsairs. Obviously, Chaos Terminators are fantastically useful if you're living your life via the medium of shipboarding actions.
Yeah,
and so on.
there's quite a lot of Chaos Terminators that show up in some of the Red Corsair Black Library stories as well.
Yeah,
So this is
absolutely.
very thematic for them to have. I think they look great in.
Oh, we had a load of
Black
Chaos,
as well,
It's a
don't they?
really
Chaos
fantastic
Terminators left over.
Absolutely.
Here, have these with
similarly,
some
it
new
has
shoulder
the,
pads.
The Legionaries. This is the same.
At least
kit
you
that
get the
might
shoulder
used
pads.
to, from the other Chaos Space Marine Legions. And again, there's upgrades that tailor them towards looking like Red
Legionaries
Corsairs.
with
So you've
new
got these
shoulder
fantastic
pads.
Red Corsair shoulder
Nice.
pads,
Good
and then you've
stuff.
got some other
Loving the
details
shoulder
as well,
pads.
and we'll show what they look like in a moment.
Say shoulder pads
but you've
again.
got,
Come
like,
on.
Heads and some.
There's like ammo
extra
belts,
bits
aren't there, and
pieces, yeah.
trophies and
Oh,
that
there
sort
you
of
go.
stuff. There we go.
Perfect.
That is the whole upgrade kit. So you can see there, you've got the Terminator shoulder pads, you've got the shoulder pads that fit Legionaries, but they'll also fit anything in that kind of like
Yeah,
size
absolutely.
of armor. If you want to have some like Raptors or something, you could do those too. You've got some really cool unhelmeted heads
I think
there.
the heads are the most exciting.
The heads are
bit for
cool,
me
yeah.
out
I mean,
of
it's
this.
all
They're
good,
really
isn't it? And then there's some big transfers as well. So if you want to have like Rhinos and Land Raiders and Dreadnoughts,
How
and
can
things like
heads
that
be the most
have,
exciting
the
bit?
appropriate iconography on it, you can do that too.
Yeah, what you get with the transfer sheet is way more than you need to do just the models that come in the set. So if you're looking to,
I like the
build
helmeted
models,
ones,
also
yeah.
you'll be able to.
True that, John.
Right.
Can you get
that was
those
all,
decals
really
anywhere?
exciting, but it's not
Decals?
done. There's also the Traitor Guardsmen.
In the box.
These are the exact Traitor Guardsmen.
You'll get them in the Red Corsair boxes.
And working for the Red Corsairs.
You get
And they kind of exemplify
those
what they can
transfers
do
in
with
almost
balance,
every box.
and sort of try and survive outside of the.
So they're always specific to the model in the box.
Imperium at large.
That's fair. And we've got one more miniature, I think. for the
Yeah,
Red
and
Corsair.
so bringing up the Rhea is actually my favourite model out of this launch. I think the Reeve Captain really just hits home on what it means to be a Renegade Chaos Space Marine. Just
Yeah, it's a
fantastic
pretty
model.
nice looking
The
model,
mod
to be
kit, but the
fair.
one right in the centre is the one that really gets me.
Yeah,
Loads of
quite
detail,
like
loads of
that.
Plunder. He's picked up bits and pieces from lots of battles, and he just looks incredible.
Glad we're not playing
Yeah,
the
so
shoulder
there's
pad
loads of
drinking
options on the
game.
kit to start with. So this is a multi-part plastic
Yeah,
kit.
I'd be
You've got
hammered.
2 different combat weapons. They've got different stats in the game. You've got a sword and you've got a mace. You can have a plastic
like that
pistol if you want
mace.
to have, or you can have a bolt pistol. He is a very good addition to your army. He is a Reeve Captain. I suppose might indicate that he's either maybe a a veteran of the Astral Claws, maybe one of the previous captains, or maybe someone who's risen through the ranks of the Red Corsairs since. So he is somewhere thereabouts of Chaos Lord level in terms of his abilities. He is a little bit less fighty than a Chaos Lord, but he brings more to the table in terms of abilities that you can give to your unit. He has Infiltrate, which means that...
So what do you guys think to these Red Corsairs, though?
We talked about before.
What are you thinking?
So right up in the
Like him?
early on in the game.
Improved? Good?
Also,
Not too good? What do you reckon? Rave Captain.
And you've got lots of stuff.
Ooh, there's a party over here.
Codex that allows you to have things like run and charge, so they stack really
Maybe
high.
that's me. That should be my model. I am the Rave Captain.
Strength, an extra point of AP, and re-rolling charges with this guy on that unit, which might be infiltrating right up in your enemy's face, which is a pretty tasty little combo.
Nice.
And worth saying as well, with all of the stuff that we've just talked through there, you can absolutely...
Right, I'm going to go for a quick wee between this and the Eldari.
All in for Huron Blackheart and go with the red and black of that force you can, or you can add these into any other Chaos Space Marine army. So if you've got an existing Black Legion army and you want to sprinkle a little bit of Red Corsairs into it, or team them up with the Alpha Legion, you can absolutely do that.
Perfect. We are not even halfway done with the stuff for this Maelstrom section. We've talked about Huron and the Red Corsairs. In that video that we saw at the beginning, we saw
That's only
another
half
force.
the pirates we have.
Exactly. So let's go and look at Prince Iriel and his Eldritch Raiders. So a little bit of a lore dump for you if you're unaware. Prince Iriel is a renowned Eldari hero. He is the saviour of Craftworld Iandon when it was under attack from...
Yeah, I think that vehicle looks cool.
And really
I like that.
Solidified his sort of...
He just said as well, I can have the Red
He
Corsair
loves
in my
to,
Black Legion army,
range
so that's
across the
good.
Galaxy, reaving, and at the head of this army, the Eldritch Raiders. This is a box set. Everything you see on here is included within it, and we'll take you through and have a
They
quick
look
look at all
red,
of those
but
things.
they are new, so
First out
I
the
can't
gates
wait
are
to
the
see how they
Corsair
handle.
Skyreavers.
Yeah, so this is a
True
really
that.
useful little unit for Corsairs. You can include these in a
Okay,
Corsair
bouncing
army or
not
in
too
a
impressed.
entirely Craftworld army if you want to.
Chaplain's
This is a
putting the
really
water in,
flexible,
I've just
fast-moving
pissed the
unit.
water out.
You can kit them out in all sorts of different
Yin
ways.
and yang.
They come as standard with Corsair blades and Shuriken pistols, which is a great little kind of...
They just showed the most amazing thing and you missed it. Sigh, you
Also, the options
joker.
include quite a lot of different special weapons in the unit, so if you want to make them anti-infantry, you've got things like shredders and flamers. If you want to make them anti-tank, you can put fusion guns and stuff like that in the unit.
I've just bought a load of
Got lots
Drakari, so I'm a bit
movement
sad that
abilities
it's not
with scouts,
Drakari.
deep strike, and a reactive.
But they do look
movement
cool,
standard, which means
to be
they're
fair.
very hard to pin down. So they've got a phenomenal.
Some
kind of
cool looking
objective.
Eldari.
Yeah,
Some
they
more
really
stuff
take
for
that
Complexus to
core
buy.
aspects
Yes.
of the Eldritch Raiders that makes them famous. They're also a lovely callback to some very classic Rogue Trader era artwork. If you're of a certain vintage like me, you'll recognise it, and it feels quite nice to see that sort of imagery making it into the modern Warhammer 40,000 tabletop. In a similar vein, in terms of the flexibility and the way they fight, there's another unit within this set. You'll be familiar with them if you've maybe played Kill Team over the last few years. These are the Corsair Void Reavers. So it's the same kit returned, and they'll be in this Eldritch Raiders box. Tell us about the Void Reavers, if you would.
Yeah, so the Corsair Void Reavers are your kind of line Corsair infantry. That's a really flexible kit. You can build them as either a kind of battle line version or as an elite version. They have loads of different weapon options. So they're one of the most flexible kits in Warhammer 40,000 in terms of the different range of stuff you can give them. You can make them very anti-infantry or very anti-character or very good at shooting or combat or taking out tanks or whatever you need, really. The bits in the kit are really interchangeable with the other new Corsair stuff that's on its way as well. So it was already a really flexible unit, and now it's even more flexible in terms of how you can build it. And if you are a fan of kind of kit bashing stuff together, this is a dream. This box.
I'm back. Ew,
To
elves.
lead these all into
Yeah,
battle, there are
Eldar.
some heroes within the Eldritch Raiders set, the first of which is Karseth. Karseth is a Void Dreamer. What is a Void Dreamer, I hear you ask? Well, a
That's
Void Dreamer
pretty
is
cool.
a type of
Pretty
Eldar
cool.
seer, and Karseth specialises in being able to sense the subtle fluctuations in the fabric of reality. So one of the gifts that Karseth has is to detect warp translations. Imagine that you come out of the warp with your fleet and you're straight into the gun sights of the Eldritch Raiders sat waiting for you. That's quite the boon for Iriel and his team. Also, Karseth specifically coordinates the efforts of the Eldritch Raiders, making sure that they're all working in synchronicity and
They do look cool. Love the pirate. Yeah, they've gone all in, haven't they, on the pirate aesthetic?
All on the same page.
Yeah, so
Good pirates versus
useful
bad pirates.
In game terms as well. This is an Eldar Psyker, and comes
Do we reckon
with
we're gonna get a
range,
peg-legged
psychic attack, like
Eldari?
Storm style thing. But the reason that they really pop is the special
Angry Raid's got to do work stuff. Keep track of the bingo.
Within 12, so
I'll keep an eye out, sir.
Catch them off guard, sort of thing.
Thanks for being here whilst you're working.
Objective, or to just screen out large
And we are one like away from double figures on the stream. If anyone wants to chuck a like my way, it'd be appreciated.
The other ability that they have is if you manage to hit an enemy unit with their psychic attack, all the rest of the Corsairs that fire into that unit hit with an extra point of strength. So it's a really good synergistic unit to help the rest of your Corsairs hit even harder.
Perfect. And of course, they are led by none other than Prince Iriel. Prince Iriel is the outcast Prince of Iandon, and he's returned now with his Corsair fleet to deliver his Craftwell from Annihilation. Once again,
still no peg leg.
An army into the
I'm just looking at Discord on my phone, looking at Hexen's Underworld models.
Spear of Twilight, a very famous weapon. It's extremely dangerous. He's on his eye. That bionic is called the Eye of Wrath. It's powerful in its own right. And he's a devastating combat leader as well as an actual leader of warriors.
Yeah, so a really, a phenomenal miniature, right? Like, it looks really cool. It's definitely a great glow up, but it's still very recognisably the Prince Uriel that we know and love. In game terms, he makes a phenomenal either leader for a Corsair army, or you can put him into a standard Craft World force, and he has a very useful ability to redeploy some of your units before the game starts, and he also has some boosts to whatever unit he's joined. So just a really good all-round leader, and a combat stat line that punches up with some of the best of the Eldar heroes. He's got a really nice damage 3 weapon, which is the sweet spot for killing a lot of the best units in Warhammer 40,000 these days. So he can rough and tumble with the best of them. Really.
It's amazing how many of these models were on the
that's how you know he's good, right?
rumour engine in the last couple of months.
We got a new subscriber, baby! Ashley Powers in the house. Come on, Ashley Powers. Ashley Powers in the house. Yeah, boy.
Eddie, can you talk us through
Thank you very much, Ashley.
So this is a really
How are you getting on? How are you doing, Ashley? You good?
So first and foremost, it has a fairly respectable amount of firepower. Its firepower is geared to killing heavy infantry.
Yeah, this
level
Starfang
stuff.
looks cool, man.
AP3, strength 6, 2 damage stuff. So
I hope
it's
we
a
get to
Space
see more
Marine killer in
vehicles
terms of
today.
damage output. There's a disintegrator cannon you can see on the front of it there.
John, was Ashley your wife's YouTube?
Which is really useful, is it can make one of your infantry units have
Awesome
stealth.
stuff, man.
Its
Thank you.
grenade
Appreciate
launchers
that.
can basically, cover the one of your infantry units in kind of cover and give them effectively makes them harder to hit, which is really useful because a lot of your army can be quite fragile.
Nice. One of the things that's really exciting about this is it is a two-for kit, as we sometimes call them. Essentially, the kit that's in the box, and eventually it will be available separately, also makes the Viper, which I believe is actually the name that the box will live under. This is a classic Eldari vehicle.
Yeah, that looks cool.
30 years or more.
I think it's longer than 30 years.
Oh, you've aged me terribly. Yeah, this is a classic light attack vehicle. It's 2 crew. It's got that turret on the back.
Look at that,
and
John and
got a range
Ashley.
of weapons available to it, right?
Awesome
so this
stuff,
is
man.
The updated Viper. It will be
I like
recognisable
it.
to anybody who's had a
Double
Viper in their
John.
army. It
That's
still
what we need.
retains a lot of the key features that you'll recognise, but some
Raft
of the weapon
bone
options are a
terrain.
little more flexible than they used to be. It still has the option of things like shuriken cannon. You can have a star cannon on there. You can have a bright lance. Underneath the Viper, you also have the option now to put an Eldar missile launcher on it. So that gives you the potential to make it quite a good anti-tank unit. You can put 2 of these in a unit, so you can imagine 2 bright lances, 2 Eldar missile launchers shooting into something becomes quite formidable. Or you can get it out for pretty good anti-infantry with shuriken cannons and star cannons and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so here we got a really good look at it in person on the desk. It is a fantastic.
Look how much his hand's shaking, bless him.
Silhouette that you expect.
He's nervous.
If you build it the right way, the turret has some play, so you can manoeuvre a little. This is an heavy metal painted one, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to fiddle with it too enthusiastically. And then, I guess the major difference is the sort of the positioning of the turret.
Could you imagine if one fell
It's
off
a
the
really
stand?
fantastic sort of innovation on a very classic design. The Viper's been with us for a long time.
Yeah, I mean the current Viper model is lovely, but it's definitely showing its age a little bit around the edges. So the crispness on the detail.
This job he messes up, he gets fired. Nah, these guys have been around for ages.
Now match some of the things like the jet bike engine, so it fits really neatly and nicely into an Eldari army.
Inside the cockpit's detailed, so you can paint that and then seal the canopy in with these sort of
Like the one before Christmas was a bit of a shit show, and they're still here.
The crew, this one with the Starfang has sort of crew that look more sort of Corsair-oriented, and then you've got the classic sort of Craftwood helmets on the Viper that you can mix and match as you see fit. Yeah, really exciting. Where do you learn about all of these exciting Corsairs, both the Red Corsairs and the Eldritch Raiders? Well,
Barrel
of course,
snaps
we need
off.
a book for that.
Uh-oh.
And here we go.
Here are the
This
Maelstrom
is,
books.
the succinctly named
Any of
Warhammer
you guys
40,000
read any of the
Maelstrom, Lair
books?
the
Fans
Tyrant,
of the Black
into
Library?
the Nightmare Realm. If you are familiar with Titus, which just released, I think, this is a very similar idea. So it's
I
4
think
books containing
Titus has
quick
always
pace,
just
detail,
released.
all of the events that we've talked about and the characters and things.
All the
and some
Tituses.
brilliant new and exciting ways to play Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah, so
It's weird that all the Red Corsair pictures have that tank in, but they've not shown
there's loads of good stuff in here.
the tank.
Lair of the Tyrant is your lore book, so this dives into the history and environments and
Yeah,
all
Sai
the
can't
locations
read.
within
Makes
Maelstrom
sense.
in a level of detail that we've never seen before. We find out about the key planets within that region, the bits that Huron is in control of, the various different battles that are ongoing. It's definitely not a unified empire, right? There are lots of factions all playing for their part and trying to carve out their little pirate empires within the Maelstrom. It also tells you all about the Red Corsairs and particularly Huron's bodyguard and his retinue that follows him round, and Prince Uriel.
What do you mean makes sense?
Corsairs as they battle against the Red Corsairs for dominance.
Yeah, each of these books.
'Cause you're an
does
Imperial
something. For
fist.
example, Crucible of Champions is
You
quite
use your
exciting. So
fists,
it
not your brain.
encourages
You are
to
the brawn.
create your own heroes, stamp your own identity on them, which is a thing I love to do whenever I'm playing a game of Warhammer 40,000. I imagine the commander of my army is me, so that's very exciting.
Just bought the Legend of
and
Sigmar
obviously-
series.
great.
Nice one,
All
John.
of
Let me
them
know how you
use
get on with that.
Angel's company master normally. But you can sort of get different war gear and different special.
I'm
rules
thinking
and
of
all that
getting
stuff.
Warhammer
So
Plus
really
soon.
exciting and unique
Gotta
characters.
watch some of the
And then
series
using
on
them,
there and
which
see
is
if they're
great.
any good.
Yeah. Lair of the Tyrant detachments, as you might have guessed, has some detachments in. So one of the things that's worth saying about this book is, much like will happen with...
How much do you think this
Titus
box will
book,
cost? It's
all
got the
of
3 books, 4
rules
books
that
in
are
it.
For match play will also
That's
be
the
made
other thing. They
available,
never show prices on
online
this.
And in the Warhammer 40,000 app, but you can also find them in print in Lair of the Tyrant, and there's some new detachments.
That might
for,
be a little bit
Chaos
true.
Space Marines, as you'd imagine, and for Eldari. So one of those detachments allows you, for example, to make a very heavily Corsair-themed Eldari force.
Perfect. Raid and Ruin lets you put together campaigns. that
150?
involve, like,
150 what?
and stuff, so,
Dollars?
really exciting.
Nah, the book won't be that much.
Right.
The box of
So,
books.
This is not the only
I
stuff
don't
we've got
know.
to talk about with regards to the Maelstrom.
60 quid?
We also have some new battalions. There's 2 of these. The
Ooh,
first one is
Drukhari.
the, Drukhari battalion.
Now
and it's
I'm
packed
interested.
full of, let's be honest, raiders who are looking
They love
to
piracy.
Yep.
They were kind of the original Eldar pirates, the Drukhari here, and this is a very heavily witch-themed box. So
Yeah,
if you're looking
absolutely.
to start a Drukhari army and you've got an eye on the gladiatorial pits of Comora, this is a great place to start.
It includes
That's
a
interesting.
succubus, 2 venoms, 3 reavers, 5 hellions, and 10 witches.
I've already
So
got
loads
a
of
venom
fantasy
and
stuff
3
that we were referring
reavers.
to before, and a really good bedrock for a new Drukhari army,
Interesting.
or just the reinforcements
Interesting.
that you already
Deanna, hey!
There's another
How's
one.
it going,
This
Deanna?
is,
You good?
The Leagues of Votan Battalion.
Are those
and
novels
that
or game
includes,
books? I think they'll be
memory
novels, right?
strategist
One of them's a
and
game
6
book, the
fine
detachment one.
steeljacks, for them to control and get the
Leagues
best
of
out,
Votan.
and then 3 Hermes pioneers to sort of range ahead and scout ahead. And again,
No, thank
ideal for
you.
exploring the Maelstrom and bolstering an existing Leagues of Votan force if you want to.
and kind of a nod as well. That's a lot of the lore in this.
Yeah, a lot of work at the start of the year. Rest is fine. And yourself? Yeah, same
There
here.
are loads.
We've
of
got
people doing
auditors
that,
in, we've got
trying to
year end.
carve out little mini empires. There's
Busy,
orc
busy
freebooters
time.
And Drukhari and Leagues of Votan and all sorts of stuff.
And there's opportunities in there. It's like it's. sort
What
of
did I miss? You missed
Those are
Red
the ones-
Corsairs,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Eldari, Drukhari,
Fantastic.
and
So,
Leagues of Votan.
We have been keeping an eye on some questions, and I've got some that I will just quickly fire out here. So, Prime Mod Hale asks, will Huron and his mates be available separately later, or will we be condemned to a character box?
So Huron is in the character box in the same way that Titus is. So
Yeah, absolutely.
there's 2 big boxes coming out initially for the Red Corsairs. One of them is the Red Corsairs Army, which is the Reeve captain leading a force of Red Corsairs, and the other one is Huron and his bodyguard. Everything in the big battalion box will be available separately, but I think for the moment Huron's staying with his retinue.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one is, can Huron's retinue join another unit?
I don't.
I think it's a unit in its
think
own
so.
right and
It's a great
operates
question.
independently.
Let me find out.
So that is a good question.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Perfect. And then
You'd think they'd have an earpiece in, right, with someone feeding them the information, like a production put on by a $1 billion company.
Carefully, you might be able to interchange the weapons, but I think once you've built the turret, that's your lot. So
I haven't built it, so I don't know for sure. You could
Perfect.
certainly have a go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 2 out of those 3 questions were, I don't really know.
May
as well have asked me.
If I've said your name wrong, I apologise. And your question is, which factions can be played in the Maelstrom campaign? Absolutely loads of them. There's an enormous list which I won't go through, but it includes things like Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Orcs, Freeboots would be great in there. Loads of things. The idea is that you can get involved and have good fun. So if you want to...
Might get some freebooting Orcs in the near future then.
Chaotic environment. This would be a really good opportunity.
Bouncing, nothing really important.
You can use on
Red Corsairs. Did you like the Red Corsairs, Deanna? What did you think? What did you think so far, Deanna? Loz. Heyo, welcome back, Loz. You enjoying the reveal so far, Loz?
There is a little bit more Warhammer 40,000 later on as well.
Yeah, that's fair to say. We are about to go to round. There's more.
A little bit 40k. More 40k later. Oh, I've got goosebumps. I'm ready. I'm ready, boys.
Lord, yes. You can't just solve all of our problems by increasing the bone tithe. The hell I can't.
Hello. Hello. There's been a few people in chat over the last couple of weeks wanting to see more of this stuff.
Armies of the
Ossiarch Bone Reapers. That's another one off the bingo list.
Eddie, let's talk about what we saw, I guess.
Yeah, so this is a fairly large drop of new miniatures for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. A lot of these units fill a really nice niche in the army that players have been looking forward to for
these are pretty sick, to be fair. I quite like these.
Triaxes. We saw a Ossiarch with a bow quite a while back, actually, in a Warhammer Underworld warband.
Canaan's Hunters, I think.
Absolutely, and I think way back then...
Nothing really... Deanna, what are you hoping for then? What are you hoping for?
Really strange thing to have done.
What would be the best thing that you could see this evening?
Given it to his phalanxes, and now you can have
Bone
entire
Reapers
of bowmen in your Ossiarch Bone Reapers army, and that does some really fun stuff for you in terms of how you might approach building an army. You can now make a very shooty death army, which has never really been mentioned before.
Shooty death army sounds good to me. Sign me up.
Crawlers and things. Yep. You can absolutely dominate the shooting phase. They've got some really tasty rules in game. They've got a very respectable damage output with 2 shots each and a point of rend in there. And one of the things to watch on them is those little braziers that follow the unit around.
Yeah, these are my favourite guys in the kit, really. I like the little familiars and stuff. And these are Balefire braziers you see in the bottom left of your screen right now. They're essentially tokens. What happens is if you fire the whole unit at one enemy, once you're done, you place one of these Balefire braziers on that unit. And that has a few effects. The most significant from my point of view is that that unit, while it's got that token on, can't heal wounds or get models back. And so instead you take that token off. And I rely, as my Stormcast Eternal player, on repairing damage to my unit. And so it's quite damning. In addition to it, looking fantastic with those shrieking faces in the flames.
Death armies aren't known for their shootiness.
The models are very cool as well. I like the
shooty death.
That they've got as well. So
sounds good to me.
Like a bonus eye in their forehead.
Yeah, well, maybe not quite where you'd
heavy,
maybe it's
nice.
Right at the top of where you'd,
seems they have a bone to pick with their enemies.
I don't know who knows, right? So, but anyway, they're quite good at shooting. You'll definitely see some in Ossiarch.
I like it. I like it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is another infantry.
Ooh, Deanna is predicting Death Watch becoming a Codex army.
From the realm of death, and they use their Reaper's blades to butcher the enemy, specifically enemy heroes.
Yes, so
I'm calling Grey
enemy
Knights.
heroes and kind of those little isolated useful
You
units
watch,
like
you
and
watch.
stuff like that.
Mark my
Two
words.
things that help them out with that. They've got anti-hero on all of their weapons. They also have the ability to effectively teleport through pieces of terrain. So you can move toward the terrain.
Think it'd be a hindrance, an entire army with one eye.
Side of that terrain feature, so you can catch out enemies that are trying to hide.
Isn't Grey Knights kind of confirmed already? So were Red Corsairs, but you were surprised by that.
That's quite nasty.
They announced Red Corsairs on Christmas Day. Or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, whichever one it was.
militaristic.
Yeah, they used to sort of frowned upon within some of the Ossiarch circles, isn't it? Some of
It's not quite the way it
Absolutely missed that.
Like,
To be fair, there was
the
other stuff to do at Christmas, right?
That's true. That's true. He's the boss.
So,
Did you have a good
to
Christmas,
these,
Deanna?
these,
Did you enjoy it?
New infantry models into
Seems
combat,
a long
we have
time ago
the
now,
hero.
right?
This is a Liege Mortec, a good, solid battle line leader to accompany the troops.
This army's got real vibes of Wrath of the Lich
first and
King.
foremost, He is useful to have an infantry hero. You can use him to wander around with your infantry phalanxes. He has a particularly cool little ability, which is that if he is in combat with an enemy unit and you activate him to fight, another unit nearby can fight or shoot into the same combat, and they get +1 to their hit rolls if they do. That stacks really nicely with that new archer unit, because effectively you can charge in with this guy.
I
and
mean,
then
was
get
on
back
your
to
stream
them
at
with a
Christmas,
rain
so
of
was
arrows.
chill. Yeah, I remember.
Enemy forces. So it's quite a kind of thematic
remember,
look. He
Deanna.
also stacks really nicely
I remember
with
talking to you about
fire
hunting
infantry
and
then,
shooting and stuff.
and line infantry within the Ossiarch. So just a really solid.
I have to be
dependable hero
prompted,
that-
because
Yeah.
otherwise
If
my
you're
brain
going for
doesn't
Mortec
retain a
archer,
great
of
deal of
course,
information.
you want a couple of these to keep everything operating at maximum efficiency. I think that +1 bonus on those to hit rolls is really going to be great. Speaking of heroes, we also saw the Liege Cavalos on War Chariot. I feel like this is like.
I feel a bit bad because I really want to see Chaos, and technically we've already had Chaos. So I don't know whether I'm going to see any more Chaos.
Brought to the mortal realms. Amazing.
Yeah, so the Ossiarchs are very much Nagash's idea of an ideal army. So obviously twisted through the filter of the god of death. But these are very powerful units in the game. There's two versions of this kit. There's one that you can make into a hero chariot, and there's also a kind of standard chariot. The hero chariot is a really, really durable unit. They both are, but the hero one has 12 wounds,
That's a lot of
3
killing.
up save,
Ooh,
and a
12
ward
wounds.
save. So
3 up
even
save.
without being
Wow.
fast and having lots of other abilities, he's just really hard to kill and get rid of. But he stacks really
The new
nicely
battalion
if
boxes
you
look
set
good. Are you
him
going to get any of
alongside
them,
some chariots,
Deanna?
because he's got some
Which is your
abilities that let him
favourite
kind
of the Chaos
grind
Battalion
into
boxes?
the enemy units, even after
Hey,
they've charged in and done
OptiCopy's
all their
joined
kind
us
of
all the way from
stuff.
South Africa. How you doing,
Just
sir?
doing stacks and stacks and stacks
You
of
hoping for some
mortal
more
wounds on
Chaos?
Yeah, the idea here, I think, will generally be hammer and anvil strike, right? You use your undying legions to hold the enemy on the anvil and then just smash.
Is
them
anything an
away.
ideal army? All things
I,
Chaos.
I think all the stuff coming out for Ossiarchs just gives them loads of new options.
Options, yeah,
Because I think
totally.
there's been a couple of
Death
ways that
Guard,
can
you
play
buy a
Ossiarchs
new
for
box and a
while
combat
now, but
patrol and you're
now
nearly
you've
done.
Opened up a whole
Nice.
swathe of new things, right? So you could imagine.
I do
armies
like
that
Death
lean really
Guard, that's
heavily
for
into
sure.
Chariots and had Death Riders and stuff accompanying them.
Yeah.
You can imagine armies that lean really heavily into
Ooh,
shooting.
look at those with like the
Combined arms
skull
list now
bodies.
looks really
That looks
tasty.
pretty
So there's
sick.
loads of
I
stuff,
like that.
that just opens up a new toolbox of stuff for Ossiarch armies.
Yeah, absolutely. What if you want
That's
something
really nice.
completely different? Well, we're releasing the Null Myriad Phalanx. This is the
Ooh.
personal army of Arkan the Black, and it's an army of renown. So if you want to take an Ossiarch Bone Reapers army with a slightly different feel, essentially you don't have access to all of the units you would normally do, but you get some distinct bonuses. Essentially, Arkan and the wizards that accompany him get bonuses to make their spellcasting more effective and even better.
That
and
looks
the whole
super
army gets
cool.
some arcane protection to sort of reduce the incoming magic that would come your way. And it's super thematic. Arkan's like one of the top wizards of death, right?
Yeah, he's also been part of Warhammer for
A very
I
long
think
time.
40
Ah,
plus years at this
OptiCopy.
point. So, but if you like magic,
I'm glad
and
you
like
got to speak
Ossiarchs,
to your
you
mum
can
with
just go
for a
all
few
into
hours,
magic.
and hopefully
This is, one of the ways that you can do it. This is
it all goes as well as it
box
can
of
for your
stuff.
sister.
You can also just use this as the start.
If you need to talk about it,
Absolutely.
message me in the
That's a
Discord,
good
dude.
start to that too. There's another box set on
There
their
is.
way. As well.
Arkan
So
is
here we
cool.
have
Look
the
at all these
Heralds of the
boxes,
Bone
man.
Tide,
They've gone
which is a
absolutely
regiment
mad
of
on the
renown.
Ossiarch Bone
So
Reapers.
effectively, this means that you can put some of your Ossiarch units into any other death force. So if you have something like a Soulblight Gravelord's army, or a Nighthaunt army, or a Flesh Eater Court's army, you can send some of Nagash's tax collectors along with your force, so that when the battle has finished, they can go around the battlefield and gather up the bones of the fallen. There's some really nice little abilities in this unit. He's got a spell that means that if you cast it onto an enemy unit, they have to use a command point if they want to fight, which is
really nasty.
It's really, really good. You've got to get it cast. You've got to get it cast. Your opponent will know you're trying to do it. But there is
Yeah, let's hope so, Heavy.
Game-winning little move in there. If you can stop an enemy unit from fighting because they've run out of command points.
Might be
or
joining
make
my
them use
fleshies.
like
Yeah,
command
bouncing.
point,
You can stick
Just
them
do
in.
something
They
that
can
would
collect the
definitely
bones.
Normally do. That's anything that you can force your opponent to have to use resource they don't want to is
It
great.
feels like a really thematic use of Vogt Mortian, right?
Yes.
He's the sort of the master of the bone tide. He's the one who tallies it all, and here he is, sort of bringing that into the battlefield. There are only two things in life that are completely inevitable: is death and taxes. And this box is both of them. Speaking of
Death and
this
taxes.
is the Death Battle Tome Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Terrible
It
joke
contains
on the
everything you expect to find in a
bingo
battle.
card in the
Sort of
Discord. Let's
brilliant
tick
lore
that
about
off.
the Ossiarch Bone Reapers and who they are and how they fight, as well as all of the rules for everything that we've talked about. They've got a really interesting new rule available to the army, which is Relentless Discipline. I'll just touch on it very briefly, but there's like a new little widget attached, the profile circle that you get. And the heroes essentially get Relentless Discipline points, which they can spend. So
You feel the Codex hasn't involved the Bio Titan. Let's see, shall we?
To gain some extra abilities. Really exciting. I've not collected any Ossiarch Bone Reapers before. As I was sort of deep
I like how they
diving
put the
into
model
this
on the
previous-
desk.
got
Just
quite
just
excited
two
about
models,
some of the weird combos.
and you're not allowed to
So
touch
you've
them.
got things that basically help you out in every phase. You've got things that
Absolutely.
make you better at fighting or slightly more durable and things like that. And one of the things you want to do when you're putting your army together is go, how many heroes do I want so that I've got the right amount of
Yep.
tools and of these points to spend on my units. So it definitely rewards someone with a systematic and kind of strategic approach to putting an army together.
If you want to get a sense of the scale of the things, we've got them here, and I'll put the Liege Cavalos alongside the Liege Mortek. He's already a fairly big Ossiarch Bone Reaper.
He's taller than a Stormcast.
Exactly, and then the Chariot is just this wonderful piece here. So
Yeah,
cool.
but both of these have got quite a lot of options and bits on them as well. So if you build either of these characters, you've got some spare bits, and
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can customize a little bit and choose whether you want to go with a spear or a sword or which.
Nice,
of the
we
various
like
characters
spare
you have.
I think you
bits.
could probably do some quite interesting things in terms of converting across these two models.
Bits
as
for
well.
the bits
There's
thrown.
examples of either as
I mean,
well.
that's what Nagash is doing, really. He's just
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
all the bones
Just
in a
the
big
kit
pile and
bashing,
building
yeah.
his own thing, right? You too could be a Lord of Death.
Perfect.
When will these
Right,
hit the stores?
that is not
They don't
it
usually announce it,
for
John, but
the
it's
Mortal Realms.
usually
We
like
have, another
6 to
battle
8
tome
weeks
to show
later.
you that is coming out fairly soon. This is the Chaos Battle Tome Disciples of Tzeentch. And as you might expect, it contains everything you need to know about the followers of the Changer of Ways and all of his armies that are at his disposal. And it's
Well,
not
they're
just
saying
the
that.
book
Some of the stuff
that's
that was
coming out.
announced on the last one in
We are
November
also,
still hasn't released.
accompanying it with a new miniature, which is
So
the
yeah,
Fate Master.
roughly
Eddie,
6 to
what can
8.
you tell us
Ooh, look at
about
this!
Yeah, so Fate Master
Chaos,
is the general of the
baby!
Mortal armies of Tzeentch. Of course, they are a wizard because almost everybody who follows Tzeentch is in some way or shape or form a wizard. But primarily, they are leading things like your Chimeric acolytes and things like that into battle. Because this is a Tzeentchian general, they don't really play fair. So a lot of their tricks and things that they bring to the battlefield are less about winning in a straight fight and more about deceiving your opponent. So you can use some of their abilities to move your own units around the battlefield when the enemy.
If they touch them, they might make the skeleton's bones fall apart.
They're not there anymore.
Ah,
they're on
you
the
love to
flank,
see it.
and you can engineer some very advantageous combats. So they are a great little unit. They are still.
Deanna, you don't think they'll? I think they'll redo the Bio Titan. You know,
But it's the tricks and.
I think they'll flesh it out a little bit, maybe.
Really pop in your games.
What could I check off on the bingo? Well, Ossiarch Bone Reapers, bad joke.
Fantastic. This is the thing I'm most excited
They're
about.
two of the things I can remember.
These are the Argent Shards. Just fantastic embodiment of like the weirdness of Tzeentch, right?
Everybody in the Harry Potter universe is a disciple of Tzeentch. Not wrong,
a story
Opdy.
being told by this model, which is borne out by the rules and the lore. Essentially, you see the one on the left on the screen sort of being torn apart.
Remove the eye from
these
this one and
drift
paint
around
it
the
purple,
battlefield.
and you have a
They're really
Slanesh
useful. We'll
Lord.
talk about that
Okay.
in a moment. But if one is destroyed, if you don't get them both, the other one will split and essentially make a new one. And so that you see it splitting apart. That's really part of its own story. It's just great.
Yeah, so they've got two abilities, effectively. One of them is that if one of them is on the battlefield, you can immediately make another one in your hero phase. And if you've got them on the battlefield, you can reposition them as well. And the reason you might want to reposition them is that your wizards can use them to channel their magic through. So if you're close to one of these and you're a Tzeentchian wizard, and you've probably got loads of Tzeentchian wizards if you've got a Tzeentch army, because that's kind of the whole army, you can use these to cast your spells further than you otherwise could. And if you're playing against them, you can't get rid of them unless you kill both.
Yeah, that's the case for a lot of stuff
So you've got
heavy,
them on the table
really.
Here, so you get a sense of the scale. So again, this is
Especially
fairly
old
large
stuff.
infantry
The
model,
Bio
but,
Titan's
larger
super
than the
old now.
Stormcast Eternal there. So they're fairly big pieces of terrain, and they go back to that kind of classic Tzeentchian idea of the Silver Towers of Tzeentch, which has been part of their lore for kind of time immemorial. This is a little nod to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can buy stuff in the in Warhammer world that
Oh, yeah,
isn't
we
in
were talking
the.
before about you know, if
in
you've
any
got like
codex,
1,000
quite a lot
army
of stuff,
and you're building
especially
machinery or
Legends
something,
stuff.
You can imagine having these mixed in amongst them to make your battlefield look.
They would make
Zinchi
awesome objective markers. Yeah, I
And
thought
is
that,
not
Chaplin.
it in terms of battle tomes forthcoming for the Mortal Realms. There is another one,
battle
almost
tomes.
equally magical as
Goodness.
well. These are, of course, the Order Battle Tome for the Lumineth Realm Lords. Again, everything you'd expect from a battle tome, updated with fantastic new lore and all of the rules and things you will need to play your games. The Lumineth Realm Lords army rules have had a shake-up, which is quite exciting. Eddie and I were talking with the team from the Warhammer studio all about that. And we don't possibly have time to go into all of those details here today, but we'll be covering it as we get closer on warhammercommunity.com. There's also a new model for them. The Lumineth Realm Lords have been really well served with battlefield wizards, but maybe not as many sort of frontline fighting heroes. So this is a Venari
High
Lord region.
elves. Hooray! Loz, are you a high elf fan?
Leads your infantry phalanxes into battle. They are a very competent fighter. They're an elven lord, so they've got a very respectable combat stat line. But the real thing they bring to the battle
Got
are two
Eldari
special rules
and
to
high
the
elves
game.
in the
One of them
same
means that
reveal.
nearby Lumineth units, when they rally, because they are a shining example to their people, you get to roll extra dice into that, which is really useful if you're trying to bring back your models, especially when they cost so many points for Lumineth. So every elf that joins your force is very worthwhile. The other thing they do, if you put them alongside a unit of your wardens, which are your big kind of spear phalanx, they can basically have the phalanx advance into enemy units and cause a whole bunch of mortal wounds. So your big scary block of spearmen becomes even scarier.
Driving forward that
just drive
spear
forward.
line.
So your spearmen can not only do mortal wounds when they fight, they can also just do it passively by existing and pushing forward into the enemy force.
Fantastic. You've seen on the screen now that the kit has some variants. You can build it in a couple of ways or mix and match between. Maybe get some spares. And we've got them actually on the desk in front of us if you want to have a look. The thing that I like about the sort of the difference in is you can see this one's got like a little amphora on his back, and then this one obviously has got this sort of double banner.
Seems bad though, Deanna, that you can buy a Tyrannid for 300 and something pounds and not be able to play with it, right?
So there we go. Again, just a great hero for your Lumineth Realm Lords. We've got some questions they've been flooding in through the chat.
A legend
and
section in the
actually,
codex would be
the first
cool, yeah,
question
not wrong,
really,
Heavy.
hits near my heart. It says, from Prime Chatmandu, it says, do you ever get nervous when you're touching Evermore miniatures? Let me tell you, I am terrified every time I touch Evermore miniatures.
When they hand them over, they sort of scowl.
Yeah, well,
so we're not really allowed to.
Each of these represents like dozens, if not hundreds, of hours of work, right, by the best painters in the world, and they need to be treated that way. The first ever battle report I played years and years ago, I dropped a hell cannon, and I've always been nervous about it ever since. Next question is, can I use, and it's talking about the Liege Mortec, this is from Priminus Lamp, can I use this as a MOE proxy? I think you mean Master of Executions, and I think you need to do quite a lot of conversion work to do that. But that said, doing kit bashing is half the fun of this hobby, right? I'm looking at all those Red Corsairs, just imagining stealing the heads for my armies. So, yeah, maybe. And then, always good for a fun question is, from Fossil Fracas, if the new Chariot and the Sunstealer Wheeler got into a race, who would die first?
Ooh,
well, I would argue that the Ossot Bone Reaper is already dead.
I think the Sunstealer Wheeler is faster, probably, but it's tortoise and hare, isn't it? You probably get bored about halfway through the race and
He's
stuff.
never going to outlast the dead, is he?
No, probably not.
Perfect. Look, that was all a bit of fun. Thank you for keeping your questions coming in. We're going to go now from the Mortal Realms to a very unusual place, which is the Gridiron, as we keep the theme of
Blood
elves,
Bowl, baby!
And we go to Blood Bowl. So, time for us to talk a little bit about the latest Blood Bowl team to approach the Gridiron. These are the Calidor Dragons, and I got some things to say. This is a classic Blood Bowl team which has been around for a very long time, and now it is redone and updated in plastic for the modern era. Season 3 of Blood Bowl launched just recently, and I'm really excited for these. I think this might be the last of the classic teams that we're waiting to see.
Could be right.
Anyway, if you know the Calidor Dragons, you might know what to expect, but they have 4 positionals, and each of them fills a very specific role within the Blood Bowl game. So the first up is the Dragon Princes. So they are essentially the show stealers of the Gridiron for the Calidor Dragons. Incredibly skilled players. They've got a fantastic stat line. They have great rules as well. So in addition to block, which you'd expect, because these guys kind of fill the role of a blitzer, but they also have steady footing, 6+, and you don't get knocked down. So you can use that against any of the circumstances which might come up. They also are penalised by a little rule which is known as My Ball, which means they can never give the ball away no matter what.
Don't like sharing.
So the trick with this is to burst through the enemy pitch, get down the field, and then get the ball to this guy. So he doesn't have to give it away. He can just go and score a touchdown instead. Next up, we have the White Lions. The High Elf team is a little bit different to some in that it doesn't really have a catcher archetype. Instead, you've got the White Lions, which are another blitzer almost. They don't have block, but they do have wrestle, which is a very good skill to make sure that you don't get stuck with a turnover if a tackle goes weird and you both get knocked down.
If you're both lying down.
Oh, lying down, oh my word.
Oh, there's another terrible
Claw is not
joke.
just symbolic. They have
Tick it off
claws,
twice.
special rule. And what that means is that they never need more than an 8+ to bust the armor when you're making the armor roll, having successfully hit somebody. That's really useful. The third of the sort of skilled positionals are the Phoenix Warriors. The Phoenix Warrior really fills the role of thrower, and this is one of the best throwers on the Blood Bowl pitch, of any team. Fantastic stat line, really, really great at making sure the ball goes to where you need it. So they have those throwing skills that you would expect. Also, they have Cloud Burst, which is so good. Essentially, Cloud Burst gives you a real advantage in that when you lob that ball, the enemy can't make intercept rolls against you. So imagine
Lost,
Dragon
nice.
Prince has burst through, he's far down the field, you just one nice clean lob shot.
Anybody
all the way down the
here
pitch,
got any Blood Bowl
and,
teams?
Nobody can catch it instead. It's great.
What I love about all of these miniatures is that they look like the Blood Bowl incarnations of the classic
Absolutely so,
old
right?
world units. So like the Phoenix Guard, the White Lions, the Dragon Princes. They just look exactly like those, but in shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of calves and thighs on display, but otherwise it is just pure Blood Bowl fun. Right, this is the fourth position. They're the High Elf linemen. In some ways, the linemen are the boring part of your Blood Bowl team, but High Elf linemen are really good. Right, let's not beat around the bush. They've got great stat lines. They've got decent armor. They've got no skills to speak of, but they're reliable. The only downside is at 65,000, I think it is, to recruit them. You don't get a massive team. I started my Blood Bowl time
It's
playing
definitely
with halflings.
an elite finesse team.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and so you've got to get everything acting in the way it's supposed to, and I guess you need these to do some of the heavy lifting in terms of maybe making tackles or throws or catches themselves. The kit also contains, crikey, I've talked a lot here, it also contains the balls, the turn and reroll markers and everything that you would expect for you to mark in play. And there'll be a Spike Journal that comes out alongside all of this when it releases, which is full of all of the stories and the lore.
Opticopy, no Blood Bowl, getting some
information
kill
about different
teams
High Elf
soon
teams and all
though.
of that.
Nice. Which kill teams are you getting?
All that jazz as well.
Yeah,
Nemesis
I think,
Claw
we
and
talked a
Plague
little bit
Bearers.
about how
Ah,
they
nice.
key into sort of the
Sounds
classic
good,
unity
sir.
of the High Elves.
Let me know how you get on with that.
That bleeds into the rules in a way. The Dragon Prince is extremely arrogant.
They're like your shock
The-
troops that
Exactly.
go up the
And
middle,
the White
yeah.
Lion, they were the monster hunters traditionally, right? And so that.
So
that
if the
claw
enemy's got
rule-
a troll, you're like,
Exactly.
you're going down troll.
That claw rule lets them go in and bust open, I don't know, Chaos Warrior armor or whatever it might be. Yeah, really, really great. Very exciting to see these finally reach the gridiron. And there we go. That is your Blood Bowl section. Pretty exciting. Coming to a pitch near you. Next up, he says, we have a little bit of an animation clip to show some people.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up, we have a new clip from Penitence, which is the new Warhammer 40,000 animation on its way for Warhammer Plus very soon. Here are the first 2 minutes of that show.
For too long, Vision 4 has been bereft of the Emperor's light. Like so much of our benighted Imperium, it clings on. A candle flickering in darkness. Our mission is of sacred importance. The enshrinement of our fallen Canoness Rexilla. She will be a beacon, a rising call to the faithful. She will mark Vision 4 as a shrine word. The Emperor's flock will come, and with them, new hope. The foulness of the orcs shall be driven from this place. We shall risk everything for this. We will not fail, for to do less would be to fall short of what our Emperor demands. By fire and faith, we...
Hey, good old orcs.
His test begins.
Eddie, that was awesome. What can you tell us about Penitent?
Yes, this is a new animation.
So Loz has
for
never
Warhammer
played
Plus.
Blood
This is
Bowl,
an
but Elves
Adeptus
attempting.
Sororitas animation featuring the Order of the
The best
Sacred
bet to play
Rose,
Apocalypse
which
is
is,
to join a
seen
club.
before.
Yeah, join a local
They are
club.
on a sacred mission to find
12,000
found the
point
Shrine
army.
World. They have a sacred relic, and they have to get it to the Shrine
It's
World.
not common because it takes a
Obviously,
hell of a
the mission
long
doesn't quite
time.
go to plan. As
Multiple
you saw there,
days.
Their ship is intercepted by some orcs and downed, and then they
Sororitas.
trudge
Yeah,
across
it's
the
a
wasteland to get their relic to
it's
it.
a I think it's a Warhammer
The
Plus
orcs
animation,
in this
right?
are snakebite orcs, which
Cool.
is pretty cool. We haven't really seen snakebite orcs in animation
Do
before.
you guys reckon
Snakebite
the
orcs
hazard
famous
stripes
for
on that
breaking
laptop
privileged
for Iron
beast
Warriors?
tokens, and I can confirm there is a squig in.
Are we getting a big
Nice.
Iron
So
Warriors
both inside the
refresh?
curve and a squig in Penitent.
Is that what the
Absolutely.
hazard stripe on his laptop means? Is it
when
subtle?
arrive?
So this is on its way in February. The first episode, it will be a 3-part animation with the first one landing in February, so not very long to wait at all.
Fantastic. So if you are not familiar with Warhammer TV, it's available through your Warhammer Plus subscription, and it gives you access to loads of animations and sort of shows that are made by the team in-house, gaming and lore and all that sort of thing. So if you want to watch this as it comes out, make sure you get yourself a subscription and join in. It's going to be great.
Exactly that.
Yeah, I'm going to
Nice
get a
one.
subscription.
Right.
I quite
So,
fancy
there
watching
were
some
questions
Warhammer
in the Blood Bowl
animations.
section, that I got hold of late, and my favourite question was, Custodians when? Well, I'd like to tell you when. We're going to go to all the way back to the Age of Darkness with this.
Hello. What? Ooh. Some 30k custodians.
So
Interesting.
excited by everything that we just saw there. We have the forces of the Legio Custodians for the Horus Heresy. Everything in that video we're going to talk about. Let's start with
They
what you
look
can see
pretty
on the
cool,
screen
man.
right now.
So this is a box,
Pretty
isn't it, Adam? Yeah, a brand new
cool.
box.
This is the Legio Custodes battle group, and this is coming out as part of the launch. Everything in this is a new plastic miniature.
That'll get a
and
lot of
it
people
just
into
looks
heresy,
incredible.
right?
You've got 2 sodalities of custodians, you've got a dreadnought, a shield captain, and a grav tank. Let's talk about those in detail. These, of course, are the custodian guard sodality. Eddie?
This is a custodian guard sodality. They are the archetypal image of a custodian. They are towering guardians, each one with a guardian spear, able to chop the enemy up in close combat and blast them apart at range. They are a brand new plastic kit, a slight readjustment, I suppose, of the proportions of the custodians, but still very recognisably the custodians that you know and love, the guardians of the Emperor, and still in the Horus Heresy at this point, successful.
Fresh bananas.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't got the
Nice.
ball yet.
Hazard
The
stripe
kit
could also
is,
be
as I said,
orcs.
is multi-part plastic. There's some options in there. You've got these high-helmed, high-plumed helmets that you can see here. There's some bear heads in the kits that you can build your models, whether they're willing to risk getting shot in the face or not. That's your choice. And then there's option for the Vexilla in there, so you can carry
Another box
proud
checked.
standard of the
Nice.
Imperial rule
Yeah,
on
you've
the
also got
battlefield.
all the Misericordia, as you'd hope as
Yeah,
well. the little
absolutely.
kind of stabbing daggers that the custodians have.
They're just dripping in all the paraphernalia and a power that you'd expect from the Emperor's most elite warriors. Here you can see some of the different heads that are available to the kit. So you can do a mixture or all of one style, whatever it is that suits you really. You've already said it, but for me, this is the quintessential image of the Legio Custodes, right? These like serried ranks of sort of spear-wielding, golden armoured warriors. I love it. They're not the only sodality in the Custodes Battle Group box set, though. You also have the Sentinel Guard, who are essentially the same kind of unit, but these are equipped with Presidium shields and Custodian Warblades.
Yeah, so another effectively battle.
I would like those to paint. Yeah, they look pretty cool. That's what I mean. I think these will
are a little bit more defensive,
sway
and
a
little bit
few
less
people
killing,
that aren't
but every
interested in
custodian is a
30k
massive
or
threat
Horus
and
Heresy.
Very, very durable. These ones
to
have
go
shields,
and pick
which in
up
your
some
games,
Horus Heresy
You
models.
can allow them to use shield wall special rules and make them a bit more durable against incoming fire, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're
Very
among the
cool
favourite
models.
because of those shields as well. They're just great. And so essentially you're just making that choice, aren't you, between these two units?
A little bit killier or a little
Yeah,
bit more defensive.
and you probably, in truth, want a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Of course, there was more in that big army shot that we saw than just these two sodalities. Next up, we have the Shield Captain. I am unapologetic in that this is my favourite of the models in this Custodian release. I genuinely think this is incredible. The level of detail that they have captured on it is so good. It comes with a couple of options. Here you can see the helmeted head and the unhelmeted head. I really like that golden...
Oh, helmeted head,
sort of woven
infinitely
into her
better than the
hair.
one without.
If you don't know about Custodian
Infinitely
Shield
better.
Captains, these are essentially a top-tier fighter on the battlefront. They can go up against anything up to and probably including the first captains of the Space Marine Legions. If you're not a Primarch, it is not a pushover. And even if you are, be careful.
Yeah, a shield captain backed up by a squad of custodians can happily take on a Primarch level character and up against anything that's a Space Marine, unless you've got a very, very impressive sword of some sort. You're definitely going to come out on the wrong side of that fight. The miniature is absolutely
So good,
dripping
yeah.
in detail. I think one of the things you can just see in that rotating image there is the text on the inside of the shield.
We got quite excited about this earlier on, didn't we?
So one of the concepts of custodians generally is that they write their honor name inside their armor, and the idea here being that the titles that this warrior has achieved throughout their career has been so extensive that the achievements have gone beyond their armor and onto the shield itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Really
Nice,
fantastic
I like
model,
that.
and I wonder if we'll be talking about this as one of the models of the year this time next year. There's more inside this battle group than we've shown you so far. We go to the vehicles. So first of all, you have the Custodian Dreadnoughts. There's two variants. You can choose which one you're going to do.
It's amazing that they've done tank
First
and
of which
dreadnought
is the
in
Contemptor
30k
Dreadnought.
before redoing the
It's equivalent
40k
to
ones.
Achilles War Spear, which is like the length of 3 men.
It's just a giant guardian spear,
Yeah,
basically, isn't
absolutely.
it? If you get put inside a dreadnought and you've been a custodian, you're like, I really liked stabbing people with a spear. Can I continue to do that? And the answer was a firm yes.
Yeah, and it's phenomenally dangerous. Big damage.
Yeah,
it's got
Horus
armor
Heresy
veins, so vehicles are in real
Custodians,
trouble.
Hexen.
For me, this is my favourite of the two, and we'll show you the other one in a second.
Look pretty
look at the
cool as
pose
well,
they've got
right?
on it. This kit is really poseable. They've made the most of the sort of multi-part plastic functionality that this kit enables to give you something really special.
Yeah, the Contemptor Dreadnoughts, all of the Contemptor Dreadnoughts, but particularly the Custodian
Sindri,
ones, have
it's
been available
Horus
in
Heresy
before,
30k.
and they've always been kind of highly posable. None of that posability has been lost in the transition to plastic, and actually it's now an even easier material to work with, and you've got more
They're obviously
options
trying to
and ways of
entice
building.
people over
So
to
you could include half a dozen,
get
a
involved
dozen
in
of
the
these
Horus
dreadnoughts in the army
Heresy,
if you
right?
wanted to, and every single one of them could look completely unique and different in terms of posing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at the other one that's in. So this is the Contemptor Galatus Dreadnought. Again,
I think this one's my favourite. I think he
There you
looks
go.
like he
Yeah,
looks
it's very
absolutely
interesting,
awesome.
isn't
There's
it?
something
Dreadnought
about
with a
Dreadnought
shield.
with a massive shield and a massive sword. That
Very
just absolutely works
interesting.
for me.
Yeah.
And it mirrors the two different core unit types within the custodian.
That is
Right,
quite
So you've got one
30k,
with
right? A
spear,
dreadnought
the
with a
more aggressive
shield.
one, you've got one with the
Seems
the shield and the
thematically
sword, the more
appropriate.
defensive one. So if you wanted to, you could pair them up right. You could have the shield one walk around
Would
with
be
your shield
kinda cool, wouldn't
custodies and your spear one go alongside the warriors that they fought with in life.
yeah, the Contemptor Galatus has the Galatus Warblade. That is just going to cut through like medium and heavy infantry.
Only
I think to bear in mind
$250.
about these is every dreadnought is piloted by like a fallen warrior, right?
Yeah,
That
it's
is
gonna be,
within the sarcophagus. Just bear in mind that
possibly
the warrior that is
pricey,
piloting this
right?
was a custodian, the absolute fighting elite of the Imperium, handpicked and created by the Emperor. These are really, really dangerous on the tabletop. In addition to all of that armor, they're phenomenally skilled warriors.
Why would a
Yeah,
dreadnought have a shield?
very,
Its
very
whole
good
body
fighter,
is a
and
shield.
they can wade into
Well, two
whole
shields are
balance
better than
of
one, right?
Space Marines and chop them to bits.
A lot of
Yeah.
detail to
Very
paint.
simple.
Yeah, you're not
They look
wrong,
great.
John.
The final thing that's inside
Keep
that
you busy
custodian
through the
battle
winter.
group box is this. This is the Caladius Annihilator Grav Tank. We'll talk more about other Grav Tanks in a minute, but essentially think of this as a main battle tank for the Legio Custodes force. It is equipped with an Arachnus Blaze Carronade, which is the sort of double-barreled weapon you see on top. This is a devastating ranged weapon with 2 fire
It's
modes.
funny
The
points
first
of
which
view.
is
You've got John, who's
anti-tank,
brand new to
thinking
Warhammer,
two
sees a
shots,
lot of
strength
detail.
10,
Hexen, who's done it
blasting,
for
blasting
ages.
apart. Yeah,
A bit
absolutely.
of trim, not
and
much
then,
more.
Its alternate fire mode is multi-shot and is great at gunning down heavier.
Cool looking vehicle, this, right?
I think that we were talking about before, and I think you made a really good point of, was stuff in the Legio Custodes force needs to often do two things.
Yeah, because you're almost always outnumbered,
Xenotech
both in
for
terms of how
sure.
big your units are, but also in terms of how many units you have on the battlefield. So it's not enough that you've got a unit that's very good at killing tanks. It
Feel
might
like the
also need to do some
Fellblade
double
tank
duty
is
to,
still bigger than that
pitch into
tank
the
there.
battle against enemy heavy infantry or support.
Do you
your
reckon,
units,
Heavy?
Whichever thing is currently giving you challenges.
Do
So
you
most
reckon?
units in the Custodian
Not my
army
cup of
are
tea.
Quite good at several things.
Yeah, absolutely so.
Fair enough, Hexen.
Those are the units that
What are
make
you
the
hoping for,
Custodian,
Hexen? Because there's
Guard
still a little bit of
that we,
40k to go.
Shown at the start. There are more.
I think
units
it's gonna be
coming
Iron
along the way,
Hands.
also all
That'll
in
be the
plastic.
first thing you can buy. That'll be
Absolutely.
if you want to go all in for a new Custodian army, that'll be the first thing. But your reinforcements are hot on their heels.
Exactly so. So next is the Caladius Grav Tank. It is very similar to the Caladius Annihilator Grav Tank. It's just not an Annihilator. Instead, it has an Iliastus accelerator.
Looks
cannon.
like a
Think,
quite a fast-moving
Centauran battle
tank,
tank
right?
From the Space Marine Legions, if you know the setting and you know the war gear, is similar but upgunned version of that kind of weapon. So decent fire rate, gonna maul medium and light vehicles and pretty much any infantry you put in front of it. This is a big, heavy-duty tank.
Yeah, it's another great option.
Pity
for
that Grav tank is only
You won't
heresy.
get
My
many
Mauler Fiend and
tanks in
Hellbrutes
a
want to have a look
Custodian
under the
army.
hood.
Everything costs 7 points, but there's certainly a place for one of
Nice.
each of these in a 3,000.
Can just imagine a Mauler Fiend flipping that
Sticking
upside
on the
down.
theme of the Grav
Yeah,
tanks,
Fellblade is
we
super
have
heavy
the
tank,
biggest
right?
of all of them, which is the Coronis Grav Carrier. This thing is enormous. We've got one on the desk in front of us. We'll show you in a minute.
Coronis.
But
That's
essentially
quite the
this is
name,
big
isn't
enough
it?
that it can carry an entire sodality of Custodian Guard.
This
and
looks a little bit bigger. Is this more your
how big it is there, 'cause you can
the
see
right sort of size for you, Heavy?
Those are Terminator-sized miniatures. So this is a big old tank.
Sai doesn't want to see the Iron Hands.
It's not unarmed as well. You can see the guns on it. But the one to talk about maybe is the Neutronium Cascade Projector.
Sounds cool.
We'll tell you more about that another time. But essentially, it's a powerful gun in its own right. So in addition to disgorging the most elite fighting units in the galaxy onto the tabletop, it's also hosing you with devastating firepower.
And all of these are plastic as well. This is
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
huge plastic kit.
Additionally, you might have seen in the video that we saw before
The
we have
Coronis.
Benetari sodality.
No one
So
takes
these
me.
are elite hunter-killer strike troops.
Hey, look at
from
that.
the
They've
Custodians,
got
born
Custodes
aloft on
Raptors. That's
gold
nice.
Wings, on contrails of fire, diving deep into the heart of the enemy.
Yes, this is your kind of rapid strike, fast attack choice for the Legio Custodes. You've got a couple of options there. You've got the spear, or you've got the buckler and pistol. Both of those are very lethal. They also all come as standard with Misericordia and effectively like ancient grenades from a bygone era that are more powerful than even things like the melter bombs of the Space Marine.
Ancient
these are
grenades.
Some dangerous guys. The kinetic destroyers, which is the sort of handgun-looking thing you can see.
Plastic
is a really powerful
Venatari.
hand cannon, basically. The Tarsus Buckler reduces the strength of incoming enemy fire. Or if you equip them with the Veritum Lance, say that fast, really great on the charge. So options a go-go for you to get
Just
the
in
most out of
case
these.
your Custodians weren't scary enough, now they're faster than everyone as well, and there's no escape.
You can see here the front. I believe that is the Neutronium Cascade Mine. So
think you're right.
delivering fun into the heart of the enemy. All of this stuff and where you find it exists in the Custodes Lever, which we'll show you here. There you go. It's a big book. It's hardback. It's lovely. It's full of all the lore and the stories and information that you need to learn about the Legio Custodes. Ooh, I nearly adeptus them. And in addition to that, it talks about other elements of the Imperial household. So
Yep, so you've got the Anathema Psychana, the Sisters of Silence, and you've also got the Assassinorum.
Yeah.
So you've got all the various tools of the Imperial household, the stuff that the Emperor kept to himself on Terra as his personal army. All very, very powerful.
Resin is such a pain to
forces
work
of
with,
their
yeah,
own.
for sure.
Yeah, perfect. So we've got the models in front of us. It'll be fun to do a little bit of show and tell. First of all, we have a little stunt guy in the front.
Heresy
This is
Bob for scale here.
a happy little solo auxilia, and let's just stand him alongside the shield captain for context and scale.
It's going to get you a nice close in a second, guys, just so you can get a sense of how
There's a banana for scale. I like it.
break it, don't break it.
Tell me about it. So the Custodian Guard are big, right? These are the pinnacle of the gene
They are
crafting
big boys,
that
aren't they?
does
Look at
with
that.
Creating his elite warriors. The only thing better, I suppose, is the Primarchs. And these didn't go wrong.
And
so-
half of them went bad, really.
Yeah, right,
So, I mean,
so-
maybe they're the best they got.
And then you can see the scale of the other things. So you put the little guy up alongside the grav carrier. It's just enormous. This thing is huge. If I spin it round, You can see the entrance hatch.
It's like bigger than your hand, Adam. It's a big old thing.
So it's got this really cool entrance hatch. I was looking at some frames and has detail on the inside. So I think if you're one of these modelists who likes to do this sort of thing, you might be able to like have it open or make a diorama or whatever it is you want to do.
Look at his shaky hands, man.
People are going to have a lot of fun
I feel
with this.
sorry for him.
It's the size of the thing.
It's really cool, isn't it? What else is there to say on these? We should talk a little bit about the dreadnoughts. If you look at the sort of the chest armor on them, if I tilt them,
Yeah, so there's a few different options on there. Actually, I was looking at the kits before. You've got options for things like the shoulder pads. So if you've got multiple dreadnoughts, you can have slightly different shoulder pads. There's some nice little areas. For
He said
helmets.
shoulder pads
You've
again.
got,
Drink.
some heraldic devices designed onto them. There's some different faces, I think, in the kit. You've got some different chests. You've obviously got the different weapons. So you've got loads of ways of making these really different. There's loads of detail on them, so but a lot of it's kind of sculpted on. So you could paint them very quickly if you wanted to. If you wanted to, like, spray them
Another
gold,
drink.
put a wash on them, they look pretty
You're
great.
almost ready for war.
Yeah,
at
they're
that
kind of
point,
ready.
aren't you? Yeah,
But
absolutely.
also, if you wanted to spend hours and hours and hours and make these, you know, the best model you've ever painted, they are a fine candidate for that as well. They are just really, really lovely models to put your hobby hours into and get something really nice out of it. The other thing that is worth saying about a lot of these miniatures is they will obviously have some dual purpose in Warhammer 40,000 as well.
Absolutely.
So if you have an Adeptus Custodes army, things like the Dreadnoughts obviously are already a data sheet in your force. You already have data sheets for things like Custodians.
So you can use them in 40k.
Shields.
The shield captains.
Good to know.
Captains
Good
as
to
well.
confirm.
So lots of these, if you wanted to put them into your Warhammer 40,000 army, there's absolutely no reason not to.
Yeah, perfect.
Very
so
good to
we're
know.
not
They'll
done with the
definitely
Horus
sell
Heresy.
well
There's
then,
still
right?
More. There's obviously a little bit for the Legiones Astartes. First up, we have the Legion Glaive Super Heavy Tank. You were really excited about this
I
one.
think this is my favourite. This is my favourite super heavy, and I think it's mostly because I just love Volkite. There's something
It
about
is a
it
cool
that's just
looking gun, isn't
like
it?
intrinsically heresy for me. And this is the largest plastic Volkite gun we have ever seen, not counting
Some
things
hazard
like,
stripes on
Volkite
that bad
and
boy.
Volkite in epic scale
Yeah,
in
in
the
tiddly
past.
tiny scale.
But it is an absolutely enormous tank. It is obviously the Fellblade is the same chassis, but this has, I think, a cooler looking gun. Although I know you're a big fan of
So
the
Fellblade is the one for me, but I can't deny the coolness of this. The panning shots that you're getting right now really just show how cool and detailed this model is, right? That camera is so close to the model, and it just looks just crisp and brilliant and exciting.
This one, of course, painted in Iron Warriors colours.
Yes, well,
It also
Hexen,
looks
have you
equally
said
good in
anything
the other
positive
tank
all
Yeah, I
stream?
think so. Better maybe
Good
in the
God.
concept first. You know, who am I to judge? It is a Volkite carronade, if you're wondering. It's
Iron
a
Warriors.
gun that will deflagrate your enemies. should you
Sploosh.
so desire.
Great special rule.
Looking mighty
It's not
lootable.
the only Astartes tank available. There was also the return
look
of
amazing.
a stalwart of the Legiones Astartes, and indeed the Space Marines of the 41st Millennium as well, with the Whirlwind missile tank.
There's something just
Interesting.
This is
It's a change in the scale and magnitude here, isn't it?
It's got a very useful little artillery piece. Does lots of useful, very cool stuff for you in the game.
This is what whirlwinds originally
This
looked
is
like.
a long
I am
range
realist.
that can reach enemy units where most of your things can't get to them. Lots of the
Sai doesn't
different
like
missiles
yellow
in the
unless
unit
it's Imperial
have,
fists.
Morale sapping effects, basically.
Yeah,
so
so
it's a debuffing
If you put,
piece
so
of
it
artillery.
comes with IX Base for standard. You upgrade those missiles to Pyrax if you want. At which point you can literally just drive people off of objectives by causing panic. Fantastic for shifting hard to move. You know, when normally you're trying to kill dozens and dozens of models to claim objectives, whereas
If
land
they
one of those
make them
shells
walk
on it
off
and just-
it, then you can
Yeah,
just
you'd
give it
think
to you.
that
We
you'd
were
think
talking
that Sai would be
before,
liking
obviously
this,
painted in
right?
the colours of the Imperial Fists.
Maybe
which are
he's,
quite unusual
lagging
as
behind
well
a
as
little bit.
Templar,
Yep.
Because they're obviously the keenest usually to get into close combat.
You can
We
imagine how that went. It's like, my Lord Dawn, I'm now a Templar brother and I'm itching to serve. He's like, sit in this at the back, please.
Maybe a punishment, perhaps.
Maybe he just likes Sigismund too much. Who knows? It is fantastic, and we're very excited for it. Where will you find?
Yeah,
all
that's the Imperial
information
Fist
you
on
need
the
for
side,
these?
right?
Well, thankfully, there is a new Journal Tactica on the horizon. It's called Mailed Fist, and it details the Legiones Astartes super heavy tanks. Lots of lore, organisation charts.
Custodes are an L for the heavy metal
the
team.
Operations that they fulfilled, that sort of thing, as well as.
Well,
some
you're gonna have to
rules
buy
and
one
rules for the
and paint it
returning,
and put it in the
world.
Discord now.
Absolutely. And those of you with eagle eyes may have spotted there is one Ultramarine
There we
in
go.
this preview.
Ultramarine fans,
We
fear
are
not, we've got you.
contractually obligated to include at least one Ultramarine Space Marine in the preview, and you can see him
Ultramarine.
about to be crushed under the
Tick it off the
uncompromising
list.
wheels of the Iron Warriors.
If he's not dead yet, he will be soon. Perfect. So, that was great. Loads of stuff for the Horus Heresy. I'm going to
Yeah, so they put the 40k model in the 30k era, yeah, for sure, heavy. Whirlwind.
Right, so We've got will
First
the
in for a
Stones be
fisting.
playable in Warhammer 40,000. That's from A Blood of Dead. Well, you've
I
covered that
think
one
we've
already.
sort of covered that one.
Loads of those
Yes.
models will be, and it's really worth saying again. If it's got a analogous unit in Warhammer 40,000, by all means use it. If it suits you, that would be great. Will we ever see more Sisters of Silence? And the answer to that is they have rules, and all of their lore and stuff is contained within that Liber Custodes, so you can continue to field them. I hope one day we'll get more core models for them as well.
There's no new System of Silence in this particular wave of releases.
But they
there's
are very
absolutely-
much catered for.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason that we wouldn't in the future, and they absolutely feature in the rules in this expansion.
And the question is, can you tell us how many heads there were? I probably could have done, but I've forgotten because it's
5.
been, quite a long
5
preview.
heads.
I think
How
you
many
get,
heads for-
how many bear heads? I think you get enough to do all of the models helmeted.
I think you
or
do,
bear
yeah. So if
headed.
you want an entire squad in helmets, you can do it that way. If you want an entire squad in bear heads, you can do it that way as well, I think.
Perfect. But don't make your buying decision based on what I said right now, because I might be wrong.
I had a question earlier on that I actually got wrong.
Ooh,
I
go
just wanted
on.
to revisit. So somebody asked if the Corsair unit was able to join, Huron's bodyguard was able to join another unit. I said it wasn't. It is, in fact, able to join
Nice.
another unit. So
Perfect.
sorry about
Oh, even
And
better.
the last question, this is from
I like that you can use the red Corsairs with your normal Chaos army. That's good. That's cool.
Everything we've shown in this entire preview is in plastic, so I don't know which tank you meant, but the answer is yes. The Coronis grab carrier, both the tanks, the super heavy, all of it, it's plastic all
Do
the
you
way
want to just
along.
get a shot of the
Oh,
grab
yeah.
carrier next to...
The scale of the thing is
Yeah.
quite fun, isn't it? So try not to scrape
Drop it off the table.
metalwork against
Drop
each
it
other.
off the table.
So I'm going to put them so they're sort of end to end. You can get a sense of how big they are if we get the camera on those. It is very nearly.
It's a big
super
boy,
heavy,
innit,
so
right?
It's really not far off. It's certainly not quite as bulky, perhaps.
I
as
think
the
they might
Space
travel
Marines.
in more comfort. Than
They definitely do,
than
yes.
the,
They have a bit more space
Marines.
inside there, perhaps.
Fantastic.
But it's a big old tank, certainly.
Right, there we go. We are not quite done yet. We
Come
did
on,
promise
what have you
that we would
saved?
return
What have you
to
saved till the
Grimdarkness
till the
after our
end?
future, and here we are with a little teaser.
40k teaser. Oh. Called it. Iron Warriors.
Well, that was a tease, wasn't it?
So that could mean almost anything.
It could. All we
mean
know
almost
is that the reign of iron approaches, and some of you may have been able to form your own opinions on things that maybe were being hinted at with hazard stripes and sort of burnished silver armour, who knows? If you want to have a look at those images again, hop over to warhammercommunity.com. There'll be an article appearing there. If it's not already there, it'll be
Oh
very
no,
soon.
no
You can,
Iron
maybe
Warriors
glean
again.
a few more bits of
Boo.
information.
Whereas Texas is like,
That
let's
brings
go.
us to the end of our preview. If you've enjoyed this and you want more Warhammer,
Perturabo, definitely,
over in
man.
the US at Palm Springs right now, there is
Definitely.
a Warhammer Open event taking place where there's fantastic games of Warhammer being played all weekend. And as soon as we're done here, we're going to throw back to the team out there who will be commentating on fantastic games of Warhammer 40,000, I believe. So jump on board and have a look at what's going on there by all means. Really what remains, I guess, is to say thanks to everybody who's made this work.
Yeah.
We've got a team of people who've operated all the cameras and all the streaming equipment and covered off your questions. Thank you to all of you. Eddie, thank you for keeping me company and making
Peter
this work.
Turbo.
Adam, I didn't have plans tonight otherwise, so it's been fun. It's been fun.
And the most important people to thank all of you who've chosen to spend a little bit of time being as excited about Warhammer as we are and joining in on this preview. It has been a delight. We'll be back in a couple of months with the next preview, I think.
I think we're planning to do something from Adepticon in
Very
March.
excited about that. So until then, thank you all so much for joining us. This has been a delight, and we will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Good stuff, good stuff. So what did you guys think?
Prepare to meet your doom on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Disappointed but fun. That's how they usually go, right? No old world reveal. Good point, Loz. Nothing for the old world. Boo. No Dawn, no Limon Russ, 0 out of 10. Time to get rid of my firstborn GK. The refresh approaches. Do you think that it'll be the first refresh in 11th edition, right? So I think that 11th edition will release first, and then in like autumn time we'll probably get the refresh. Deanna, Iron Warriors are insanely boring and I'll fight anybody all day about that. Not a fan of the Hazard Stripes. That's it. I was hoping for some non-40k stuff. So there was some Age of Sigmar stuff. There was some Horus Heresy stuff. There were some books and there were some animations. First will be Orcs. Yeah, but Orcs will be in my... when I say 11th edition release, I assume that Orcs is part of that. So that's... So I think Orcs summer, Orcs and Space Marines in the summer, and then there was quite a lot of AOS Hexen, some pretty cool Ossiarch figures. In fact, I think there were 3 different battle tombs for AOS, so quite a lot for you to go back and have a look at. Some pretty cool models. But yeah, appreciate everyone dropping in on a Friday. I'm not usually here on a Friday. You can usually catch me on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Should we open some stickers? So hopefully in these stickers you might see some stuff that you didn't quite catch on the release that you were hoping to see. Maybe some Necrons in this book. There's some Orcs in this book. So let's open a couple of packets of stickers to end the stream. Whoa. Anything Chaos? Blood for the Blood God just got here. The Red Corsairs technically count as Chaos. And there was some Tzeentch Age of Sigmar stuff. But good to have you here, Blood for the Blood God. How have you been? Here we go, here we go. Look at that. Just some legs. And a massive sword. Sororitas. Very shiny Ultramarine symbol. I like it. And our card at the end of the pack. Wow, look at that. Imperial Knight. Knight Preceptor Canis Rex. Nice. Cool card, right? Hey, Patrick's tuned in. Patrick, how you doing? Howdy. Pirates don't count. They are pirates for a reason. Yeah, you can use them in your just in your normal Chaos army, the Red Corsair. So it might be quite cool to have them in a Black Legion army, right? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Did you watch the preview show, Patrick? Did you see any of the new releases? Any thoughts? Second pack, here we go. Ending the stream with some Warhammer stickers. We got some wolves. A wolf for the wolf pack. We got a bolter. We got an Adeptus Sororitas. Hey, we got a Necron Lord. And our card at the end of the sticker pack is... Nice. Space Wolf. Look at that. Nijal Stormcaller. Good stuff, good stuff. Right, let's wrap it up. Put them in the correct order. Stick them in the book. And enjoy our weekend. All good, just watched the reveal stream. 40k was okay. AOS stuff and the Horus Heresy was very cool. Yeah, I thought the AOS stuff looked really good. I think, yeah, that was the best stuff, really, for me. Oh, this is a duplicate. Dupe. Boo the dupe. Boo the dupe. Why introduce new stuff when they don't show some factions any love at all? Yeah, I get it. I get the frustrations. Blood for the Blood God. I get it. I get it. Here we go. We've got Reboot Gilliman's Legs and Sword. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I did a terrible job of that. Yeah, there was also Eldari and Drakari boxes incoming. And a League of Votan box as well. So we've got a Raven Wing Bolter. Easy for you to say. Stick it in here. Have we got another one for the companies of the Space Wolves? We have. This is the Storm Wolves. Nice. Stormy, stormy. Stormy Daniels. In we go. Ah, that's a duplicate. Dupe. Seeing the AOS stuff is making me very tempted to get the next Spearhead magazine run that starts in March. Ooh, I might take a look at that. I only have one Spearhead, so could be quite good. Whereas I've got like 10 or 11, 12 combat patrols, so I didn't bother with the magazine. But Spearheads could be good, could be good. Ah, Necron, the Overlord. Another dupe. Dupe, dupe, dupe. Duplicitous. Right, at least we've got the Sisters of Battle face. Stick on the face. The face that runs the place. And our final sticker of today's stream is the Retributor Squad. Which again, I've not stuck in particularly accurately, but here we are. So there we have it. Premium subscription, you get the Great Unclean one. Nice. That'll be good for a lot of people to get that. Chaplain, back to my friends. Cheers all and enjoy your weekend. Nice. Thanks for being here, Chaplain. Appreciate you subbing and joining the Discord. Have a good one and I'll hopefully see you next week in the streams. Stormcast, Ossiarch, Maggotkin, Seraphim, Skaven, Gloomspite, yes. So Skaven, Gloomspite, Maggotkin, Ossiarch, I like all of those. So, in fact, I think I've got a... Let me have a look down the very back of the computer screen. I thought I had a Stormcast Eternal knocking around somewhere. But... It must have fallen down the back. Oh. Is it fallen on the floor? Don't know where that's gone. But yeah, someone got me a... Oh, it's there, look. Yeah, someone got me this about 2 years ago. I've never done anything with it. See, the thing for me is I don't really know a huge amount about AOS, so the big Ossiarch Renown box I thought looked awesome. There's some really cool stuff in there. But the thing is, I don't know if they're new sculpts or not. I suspect they're probably just boxed up old ones. Cinder Blueheart has joined the Discord. I'm guessing that's a bot, right? I'd be tempted to just sell the armies I don't want from the subscription. Yeah, you could look at it either that way, or you could buy the ones that you do want from eBay when people do sell them. That's what I've done with all the 40k ones. Old scoops, but OBR age well. Yeah, I certainly think that box looks really cool. Well, that was the one danger of me watching that show, was me buying a load more armies when I already have enough. You can never have enough, you can never have too many. New archers and assassins for ABR are looking promising. Yeah, looks good. Be good to have a shooty death army, right? But I guess that's going to be the end of the stream for today. So I appreciate you all very much for stopping by. First time I've watched and reacted to one of these release videos, so that's been pretty fun, I hope you all have a delightful weekend. And I'll hopefully see you all either in the Discord or in the streams next week. So thank you, have fun, and I'll see you soon.